It's all right. Hi everybody. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Welcome to another episode, and we're back to Rose at Ringside.
Yeah.
I mean, we did have an intro, but I don't have an intro. Yeah, I don't have Where's that intro?
You're already starting, Brad.
Already starting.
Listen, I am on your side I have a change of opinions on
That means their storytelling's working.
who I want to win at Mania.
They're very concerned about how much people want Roman out. And I think that they're worried about merchandise sales. So I think they're making Cody overface so he eventually gets heel heat, and it's working.
Heel heat? Wow.
I think he's going to get heel heat soon. You watch. Just like it happened in AEW. His righteous son of a plumber thing, or grandson of a plumber thing, it's wearing thin. And I think there's going to be a heel turn.
Only thing I say to you is, whoa!
I love the theme song though.
I know, for real.
I think they've done everything right with Cody. I think they've done everything right with this storyline in general, all of it. But there needs to be a payoff now. Now,
I don't think he's winning at Mania.
I think they're going to wait till SummerSlam to give Cody the win.
Actually, since we're talking about that, we might as well start about it.
Yeah, it's good we're going with the outline again, huh?
Let's just go.
Oh, WrestleMania predictions. Okay, perfect.
All right, cool.
Has there been any? I haven't watched SmackDown yet. Were there any new matches that were announced?
Yes.
Ray.
Technically, yes. Which is the Ray versus his son.
That's it.
Oh, they're pulling the trigger with Ray and Dom.
Yeah, because he disrespected his mom on SmackDown last night.
Disrespect mama, that's it.
Yeah. So Ray finally put his hands on him and was like, you know what? You want to disrespect my wife, your mother? All right. I'll see you at WrestleMania.
Okay, so then this is gonna be Ray's last match. All right, perfect.
I can't believe that they went with that after months and months and months of attacks and
there's Echo. What up?
Oh, Echo's here. What's up, fellas? You alone, actually?
What's up?
Echo, good to talk to you.
So I don't know. Like, I don't know. I think the whole Cody thing is, I don't know. I think he's not going to win it at Mania. I think they're going to wait to SummerSlam because for Roman to get what 1,000. Wait, he's already at 9. Was it 9?
The day of, which will be April 2nd, he'll be 945 days as champion.
Oh, you're waiting. They're definitely waiting to SummerSlam. They're definitely going.
Apparently, he's also rumored to have a break until SummerSlam as well.
I don't think Cody's gonna win the title at all. I think there's going to be a stunt at the Raw after Mania. I think that Roman is going to retain against Cody at Mania.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely fine with that. I think Jey Uso. We have to keep watching Jey Uso. I think Jey Uso is going to be the one to challenge Roman the Raw after Mania. And I think Jay's going to win the titles.
That's interesting.
That's a hell of a stunt booking decision. But is Jey Uso the kind of guy, after all of this storytelling, all of this buildup, all of the drama that's come with it, the rise and fall of Sami Zayn, I mean, we've seen things out of performers that we never thought we'd see. Is Jey Uso the guy?
Yes. Because it began with him. So it's only right for it to end with him.
Yes. And then remember, Sammy kept saying,
again.
I acknowledge you. So imagine Kevin and Sammy as tag champions, and Jay is now the Roman. So they can establish their new bloodline with Jay, Kevin, and Sammy.
The other thing is, too, is like, when you think about it, like he's, I don't know, like Jay to me seems very like, I don't know. I kind of feel like, do you think Sammy and Jay are planning something?
Yes.
I think Cody's planning something, and I think Triple H is in a negotiating room right now with a certain Tony Khan, and I think Cody comes back with his wife and his brother, and they have their own bloodline. And I'm glad Ruben's not here because he'd just be sitting in that corner going, "No, what the fuck, Brad? No, Jesus, no." So he's not here, so we all get to sound smart for a change.
I mean, do I want to see Brandy? Like,
I don't care about Brandy; she's there for eye candy. But Dustin coming back and actually say, well, you know, we keep talking about Forbidden Doors and everything. Triple H for a one-off. That company has allowed. They allowed Christian to go to Impact to lose the title. They allowed a lot of that kind of negotiation. There's no way they're not thinking about having Dustin come back in some capacity.
okay.
And I'm totally wrong, but I'm going to talk about it with an impassioned tone to make it sound like I know what I'm talking about.
I can see something like that happening. I've been hearing a lot of things about Forbidden Door with WWE. The latest thing that I've heard was that apparently Brian Cage is supposed to be at Mania.
He's going to challenge Lashley.
Most likely.
Yeah.
Brian Cage.
What?
Most likely, because Lashley does not have an opponent. It's not Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt is out.
Oh yeah, no, Bray's not.
And Cage has no contract. He's free agent.
Brian Cage.
No, I did not know that. Wow.
Brian Cage is Brian Cage.
They match up well.
Yeah, they do.
They're the same body type, same height, roughly. I think Lashley's a little bigger than him. But you know, they have 2.5 wrestling moves each.
Really, Brian Cage?
I'm fine with Brian Cage.
Brian Cage is cool. He's just in a company that already has a Wardlow. You don't need a Brian Cage. So I actually think this would be a good jump for him.
Yep.
He could go to Impact and be the dominant champion with a minimal audience. Although I heard they fired it up last night. I heard their pay-per-view last night was incredible.
Yeah.
So that's something to keep an eye on. But I think Brian Cage coming to WWE and being a solid mid-card hand is a good role for him.
Mm-hmm.
You know who I haven't seen in months?
Who?
AJ Styles. Where the fuck is AJ Styles?
He's injured.
He's injured.
Oh.
He's also 48.
Yeah, I think he broke his ankle.
Yeah, I think he's out maybe one more month. Maybe he might be time for Raw after Mania.
So wait a minute. So if he's out, why does the OC? Where's the other two? Like
The OC don't fit without AJ Styles.
Yep.
They're props.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
That's the only. They're great. They're great stars. However, for WWE, they do not fit without AJ Styles being there.
Yep.
I think it's such a waste of talent. I like those two.
Yeah, I do too.
I think they got some skills, but they've been booked improperly so many times over. They're like Bray Wyatt, just constantly misbooked.
Yeah, that's I don't know. Like what is like he's injured, Bray Wyatt.
I don't think that's what's going on here.
I think I don't think it's injury. I think
Vince stepped in a little too much.
Yeah, that's happening because apparently they reshot a segment for SmackDown when they used the term wrestling, and they reshot it.
What?
I think Vince, just by being there, this is Vince McMahon, the man that invented wrestling as we know it, and as we know it, and his presence alone has got to be making people backstage do things differently, including his son-in-law.
Yeah,
there's no way that doesn't have an impact on what they do. And it's Vince McMahon. You can't argue with his success. We haven't liked his work. We haven't liked his professional behavior, personal behavior, any of it. But he's Vince McMahon. He's there. You're going to listen. So I don't like the long-term play out for Bray Wyatt. I think he's done in this company. I think Wyndham Rotunda might have a future in wrestling somewhere, but I think Bray Wyatt is done.
Especially when Undertaker passed the torch. That was a good moment.
It was a pep talk. I think the guy lacks confidence.
Bray?
Yeah, I think he's a little fragile. Every good wrestling character, I'm sorry, I'm talking a lot, but every good wrestling character is based on some semblance of reality. right?
Yeah.
And I think that Bray Wyatt took a character that was looming inside of his head. There's a reason he kept coming back to this multiple personality psychotic thing. And I think there's a part of him that's very fragile. And I think when storylines don't get over, when crowd reactions don't happen, when he reads online criticism, I think he's prone to all that. And I think there's something going on with him backstage that is not evident on camera. And I don't think he's up for this job, not in this character.
You want to know what's funny too? Like when you say that, I think about the time when Kevin Owens was doing one of his what the fuck?
Hmm?
Why did I say Echo Ninja? So stupid.
Oh,
I think when Bray Wyatt was when Kevin Owens was doing like a video thing in the back. You know how they used to do like the follow the wrestlers around and shit and all that shit. I think it was was it 365 they
it was
called it?
365. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think when Kevin Owens was doing one, right? And this was when he was, I believe,
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's
and it was like,
the match.
yeah, it was. I think it was before I think he was Universal Champion or around that time, or Intercontinental Champion. I think he had just came up or something shit like that. I forgot what it was, but he was like recording everybody jumping in the camera, and he was just like, just talking to the wrestlers backstage, and then he was like, "Bray, you want me on camera?" No. He was like, "Come on, Bray, no." And Bray was just walking away. And then Kevin looked at the camera. He's like, "You don't want to be on camera." It's like he walked away. Bray Wyatt walked away. It's like it was almost like he really doesn't like being on camera that much. Like because it was before the Fiend, I believe. Yeah, it was before the Fiend, and so he was Bray Wyatt, buzzer. Like it was just it was just weird. It was a weird time, but
I loved when he came back this most recent time, and
I do too.
He was being a little more real, and he talked about the struggles that he had. He talked about identifying as, and then you knew they were building it into an angle, but there was a sense of reality where you actually, for the first time ever, felt like you were talking to the man behind the mystery, and it made for some compelling television.
And then we got
then they bring in this Uncle Howdy, and they bring in then it's right back to the same mystical bullshit. Listen, if I had magical powers where I can make people do my bidding, I'm not going town to town, arena to arena, wrestling every week. I'm dominating the goddamn world. So it's a little silly for me to believe that they're just hanging backstage doing magic tricks and they're waiting for the right moment during the show with the lighting and everything. That takes me out of it. Bray Wyatt being honest, talking real, brought me back. And I'm hurt for him if this is really a mental problem.
I agree. Like the more realism about him. By the way, I find him so fucking gorgeous. Like he like
dude, you have a type. I didn't know you had such a type. You got a type.
He has a type.
Okay.
White.
He is like he's really hot. Like he's really hot. But and that's the thing too. It's like being a good wrestler, you're also good on the eyes. Like he has some pull. I mean, he got JoJo knocked up like 3 fucking times. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like he's putting it down. JoJo was like, and I tell you, man,
But
JoJo's pretty hot.
JoJo's hot.
But my question is,
To be a fly on the wall
if
JoJo.
if you take all the personality out of Bray and just focus on the wrestling, is he a good wrestler?
Yes.
Can he tell a story in the ring for longer than 5 minutes?
Yes,
No.
he can.
All right, so he's Goldberg. Very powerful, moves well for a big man.
Goldberg can't. Oh, never mind.
No. I'm talking about Bray. Bray moves really well for a big dude.
Yes, he does.
But
JoJo found that out too.
We have not seen anything other than what he does. There's been no expansion of his moveset. There's been no surprises.
Mm-hmm.
Can he headline a WrestleMania as himself?
No.
With no lights, bells.
I think yes. I think he can. And your buddy's here, Brad.
Cedric,
Uh,
Cedric, you make the bus today?
fuck. Buzz,
Yes, you
Buzz,
can.
fly on the wall here. Oh Lord, he sent the
Um,
bread. It was good.
he so I feel like his moveset could be improved on, but he's as quick as he is, he's a small sized monster versus someone like Kevin Owens who has a very large moveset.
Yep.
Because Kevin Owens can go from being a powerhouse to being a high flyer in a matter of seconds.
But
Yep.
he's also been trained through a lot of times during the indies. It's the same thing with like Keith Lee in a little bit, you know?
Mhm.
Like Keith Lee has the ability to be a high flyer, but you know, he's built as a powerhouse. He can do both. He's in that range as doing both. Um, Same thing with Warlow in a way, right? Warlow can be high flyer, right? But be a powerhouse.
They don't want him to. They're afraid.
Yeah, no, he's attempted, but that's not a good look on him, at least for him.
They're shutting him down. I think he
Yeah.
can do it. I think Tony Khan said, "Not as my investment, you can't."
Yeah, no,
Wow.
they don't want another Brock Lesnar incident where shooting star press becomes a broken neck.
Agreed. But again, to Bray Wyatt's point, I mean, I'm not saying he's ever going to be on the level of Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens can flat out wrestle.
Yep.
Yep.
Bray Wyatt, though, there have been flashes where you see that there's more to him, but the character and whatever backstage people in charge of him have told him not to do. There's more there. The question is how much more. Is it headlining WrestleMania without a gimmick? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm a little over the gimmick. For his first feud to be with LA Knight was a little ridiculous to me.
Yep.
I didn't mind it. I just thought I didn't mind it.
I
just
100% minded that shit.
Yeah,
That was
because
that was not necessary.
neither one deserved to lose, or had neither one could lose.
There was also no storyline reason for it.
right.
Yeah.
LA Knight was relatively new to WWE audiences, especially if you never watched NXT.
Yeah.
Explain to me why they were fighting.
And
Yeah.
also, you had LA Knight, who just came from the MMM models,
You're right.
coming into his own, and then you're gonna put him with Bray Wyatt. Like,
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, like he went from a ultra like non-existent gimmick to being something that he's generally okay with being, right? Like his own character. And then you have him lose to Bray Wyatt, and I'm like, uh, uh, I'm like, kind of like, why did they do that? I agree. I just don't think. I don't know. Like, it's weird that they didn't do. They didn't like. I'm kind of upset they didn't do this, and I'm kind of upset they didn't do this before Cody jumped back in the picture. Where Bray, if he goes back and says, "Oh, I remember what like I remember what everybody else did to me, this and that." How come you remember what Roman did to you? That would have been. I'm sorry, but that should have been.
Roman's the one who
When he
beat
came
you
back,
for
that should have been a straight fucking shot to Roman, even if he lose. Even if he lose, because the number game would have got to him. I'm okay with the number game getting to him, but for him to come back and not go straight to Roman, even though Roman beat him and Braun Strowman, which by the way I still don't understand why he never went back to going against Roman. I'll digress. He beat Bray and Braun for the Universal title.
You would be feeding Bray to Roman quick when there's a full-on storyline going on with him.
This is
But
before
then why
Cody,
bring
though.
Bray back at all then? If you're not going to have that character of that magnitude, whatever they wanted to do with it, and they didn't deliver on, they had big plans for this. And once again, it fell short because they underbooked him. Most of the WWE is overbooked.
Yeah.
He's underbooked. He comes back and he starts a feud with a mid-carder nobody knows.
Exactly.
That would be like saying, I'm here to dominate WWE, starting with the U.S. Championship.
you
No,
know,
you're not.
It's
You
true
know who
though.
could have been a good one for Bray? Carrion.
Yes.
Actually, yeah,
because
that
they
would
both could have played mind games with each other
Yeah.
it would have elevated
there was a
Carrie
snap, and we would never gotten that bullshit match either.
and
I'm actually
it
really
would elevate Carrying Cross because where he's at now.
that's a good one. That was quality.
I think the only reason that we had that match was because it was a cash grab for the company.
And then also another thing as well too, if you wanted to bring Alexa Bliss back into with Bray Wyatt, you could have had a mixed tag match with Karrion and Scarlett versus Alexa and Bray.
But the problem is we never seen Scarlett wrestle, so she's never wrestled. We never seen her wrestle a single match.
Yes, she has with Emma.
On NXT.
No, and on SmackDown, she wrestled with Scarlett and Emma.
Oh,
I didn't see that shit.
Yeah, Emma's amazing.
They don't book her enough to wrestle a single match. I just put it like that.
They have too many wrestlers. So both companies now that
they have too.
We're not getting
too
into
many
this
people.
conversation now.
What did he say? LA Knight is what the TV show.
WWOR.
Oh
He's
my
so
god!
stupid.
Thunder in Paradise. That was on TBS. You illiterate TV person.
He's illiterate. Call him illiterate.
I got to tell you, I'm worried about what they're doing with a lot of these wrestlers. Why'd you bring Emma back if she wasn't going to be a significant force? She left WWE the first time and went and made a name for herself in Impact and all around the world. And then she comes back and she's nothing more than fodder for their other stars again. She's going to get future endeavored within weeks. And Vince McMahon's takeover is going to be complete.
I don't like they like her thing fell to the waistline.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? Braves. Trying to think who else fell to the waistline. It's just I don't know. Like it's
When you have a storyline as big as the Bloodline, that's going to take up a minimum of 2 hours of TV every week,
right.
plus your pay-per-views.
I'm honestly fine with just the Bloodline storyline. I'm fine with it
right now, but you got to admit that we can't drag this on too much longer.
Oh no,
we have to reach some type of payoff soon. Cedric, go away. What are you doing?
Let's go. You know what? I'm gonna go. Let's do WrestleMania predictions. I'm gonna go from the bottom to the top. Let's start with Ray and Dom.
Dad wins.
Dad wins.
Dad wins.
The son, correct.
The ultimate face character.
I think Dom is going to win. I think Dom needs this one.
It's definitely Ray, the ultimate face character.
And introducing his because I know his daughter's supposed to be wrestling Toon Sue, right?
Oh, really?
Not that I know of. Layla? No. Lila? No.
Aaliyah.
Aaliyah. I haven't seen her like really.
Oh, they know. That would be good. I mean, keep it in the family.
Becomes like a family affair at the very end.
Ray's retiring soon.
I think Ray's retiring at this Mania.
Oh yeah, 20 years, 20 plus years of Rey Mysterio, and he's entering the Hall of Fame this year. Yeah, this is gonna be his last match.
You think his
a
son
Mania match? This will be his second Mania match with his son. The first one he won the tag team championships, first ever father son, and now father versus son to end it all.
Yeah,
it's not the first father son, right?
Yes, the first father son tag team to ever win the championships.
No, I mean like it's not the first father son match.
No, but the first father son to win the tag team championships.
I mean,
together.
We also had a father daughter match with Stephanie and Vince.
Yes,
we also had the father son match with
Shane and Vince.
Yeah.
So it's not. They're not saying that that's the first match, but I'm speaking in wise of the tag team titles. Yeah. So they're the first father son tag team champions.
Mm-hmm.
I still think they're going to end up pulling Dominic out of the group, and he's going to end up realizing family matters. And then the group is probably going to turn on him anyway and recruit new members.
I can see that.
Honestly,
my God, I blanked on the name. I'm sitting there like the group.
You know what's weird though? I honestly wondered, like, and it kind of bugs me out too. Still, is that why in the hell we never got Bloodline versus Judgment Day? I don't care what show they were on.
Because it's heel versus heel. You really don't want to.
That didn't change shit.
Nah, I don't think that's the reason. I think it's because they probably wanted one for each show, one dominant group.
Yeah.
Heel versus heel ain't nothing. I just think it's yeah, they really just wanted one heel show, one heel group for. But they had who else? Now what is it? We haven't seen Top Dollar anywhere unless that motherfucker's getting some training.
I just miss Michael Cole just dragging Top Dollar every single time. He's like, don't go over the top rope. Here comes Top Dollar.
Word, he would do that shit. I mean, like, God damn, Michael Cole. Like,
and oh man,
I hope he's getting some training because I don't think
He's not good though. He hasn't been good.
No, I love Hit Row.
I love that.
I love Hit Row, but Hit Row does not hit row without swerve.
Yeah, without swerve, Hit Row does not hit. They're not it.
I gotta tell you though, that's the best AEW defection they've done in terms of improving a character and a guy getting screen time and payoff. Swerve is doing so much better down in Jacksonville than he ever was in Stanford.
Yeah,
he's killing it right now. And don't tell me that he was better off in Hit Row than he is on his own. He's killing it.
Nope.
Right now.
No, he's killing it. My only issue with, I mean, hold up before we even get there. Let's just finish up WrestleMania Predications.
Oh, you mean start?
All right, so you say so. I say Dom, Al,
Ray,
Brad,
Ray,
Chris,
Ray.
All right. Next one, let's do triple threat IC title: Gunther, Sheamus, and Drew.
Oh, it's giving it to Sheamus.
Sheamus,
because as much as Ray is going to retire, Sheamus is on his last leg, I believe.
They keep mentioning that the IC title is the only title that Sheamus has never won. They mention it every time Sheamus is in the ring or if he's on screen. This is the only title he has never won.
Yeah,
I say that, but I say keep it on Gunther until SummerSlam. So the reason why is the Honky Tonk Man's record is coming up soon. So Gunther has held the title for almost, I think, 280 something days. So he's the second longest IC title holder. And so he has, I think, 5 more months to break Honky Tonk Man's record. Keep it on Gunther until SummerSlam, and that's when you do the title change with Sheamus. I want Gunther to break the Honky Tonk Man's
Have
record.
they mentioned this?
no,
The Honky Tonk Man?
no.
Which should never come up. The Honky Tonk Man had a long reign. I'm older than you guys, so I get to talk about this. The Honky Tonk Man had the longest reign because they stopped booking him on television. Okay, that was it. He was wrestling house shows and defending against local jobbers. They can count that on the records as being a long reign, but let's be real. His character wasn't over anymore, so they just kind of faded him. And then when you least expected it, you found somebody who had like a Mr. Perfect, or somebody like that. They said, oh, you know what? We need a real wrestler here. And they went and got rid of the Honky Tonk Man. So I don't know if that's enough of a draw to keep it, but I think Gunther's going to win anyway because they're really building him. I see him saying, I've got this belt, but I want that belt. And he's going to go and.
I mean, it's not far fetched. It's not far fetched that we've seen somebody with an Intercontinental title and a Universal title. We've seen that before.
I think they're getting rid of the Universal title.
Yep.
Yeah.
Trips does not like the Universal title. Rumor is Big Gold is coming back.
Yeah, I've heard that.
I love Big Gold.
That's the most popular title, apparently. But I want to see a new rendition of the world title from back in the Attitude Era. Because that's apparently what Cody likes is like the classic championships, and he wants to bring the Winged Eagle title back.
I love that title, but you just ruined it by mentioning why. Cody Rhodes.
It's like the same thing with the white championship. The only reason why we had the white championship was because Cody. The white IC title, when they brought it back, that was because of Cody.
No.
Yes, he was the one who introduced that one.
I think that predates Cody.
Yeah, I think it does too. Because Dolph had.
I remember Kurt Hennig having that.
Yeah, Dolph had it too. It was white, and Dolph had it.
Yes,
Cena had
but
it.
but the reason why everyone else started to hold it, Miz and all those other people, was because Cody, when he became the IC champion, he reintroduced the white title.
I don't know if it was Cody. I don't think it
That's
was.
why people think that the title's going to change hands.
I don't think it was Cody.
Yeah, that was when he had the mustache, just like that.
You're only smoking mirrors. Oh.
That fake ass mustache.
So Al, you say
Sheamus.
Sheamus. I think Sheamus is gonna win. I think Drew has already been Universal Champion, right? So I think they're just gonna, and he's been Intercontinental Champion already. So I think they're gonna give it to Sheamus. And also too, I think Sheamus is 1 foot in the door, 1 foot out too.
You really think so, though? They haven't talked about.
You know why?
I'm not watching a lot of WWE TV, so I'm curious. Are they doing a lot of like career retrospective stuff with him?
Well, he's doing his workout thing. I think Sheamus is good, but if you notice that Sheamus is a lot slower because of a lot of injuries. But also too, I think he's just recently got married. He wants to pop some babies. Well, she wants to pop some babies. She's pretty hot too. Who he married to. So I don't know. I think he's kind of I think he's 1 foot in the door, 1 foot out. I think the IC championship with the run, when he gets it, I said when he gets it, I think it'll be his last run. Because you gotta realize, like, him and Cena are not that far apart in age.
No, he's a minute younger. Like he
Only-
was what? He
only-
was U2's bodyguard or something like that.
Yeah, he's not that far apart in age from Cena. So again, and Cena's in and out, barely. But Cena's also movie star, TV show star. You know what I mean? Cena has things.
They're the same age.
Versus Sheamus is like he's still there. He really, I mean, the last time we saw Sheamus in a movie was Ninja Turtles. But I still think Sheamus is not saying that he can't act and he can't do those things, but I think Sheamus is 1 foot in the door, 1 foot out.
He's old. He's old. The matches are finally getting to him. The bumps and the injuries, everything's getting to him. So this is only preluding him to just find that he's probably gonna have one really good run in him, and then after that he's gonna retire.
Yeah. IC champion run, and then that's it. He's done.
And what an amazing career that Sheamus has had.
Oh my God! Yes, yep.
Amazing career.
Oh my God!
What?
I'm not even gonna repeat it.
Repeat it.
I'm feeling pretty bad about this one myself.
Repeat it.
It's my name.
Say it.
Fine. I wish Cody would OD.
Fuck!
Oh,
I am not a fan.
No.
I'm sorry. I could have probably done this better, but it's early.
It's already done. All right. So, Brad, what's your?
I think Gunther retains.
What's your prediction on that match?
Which one?
Gunther versus.
I said Gunther retains.
Gunther retains, and then Clinton.
Gunther retains.
Gunther retains. Okay. All right. What do we got next on the list?
Next is 6-women tag match. Damage Control versus Becky, Lita, and Trish.
Nostalgia wins.
Yeah. I honestly to give them some more heat. Damage Control.
I think.
No offense to Lita and Trish. Yo, bye.
No, I think this is
I love
Damage
them.
Control not getting over, though. They're not over. They didn't make any of them stars, and they've reduced Bayley's viability.
I think Damage Control is going to break up after this Mania. I'm going with Becky, Trish, and Lita, but I think that Damage Control is.
Well, I'll tell you what. If they break up, who you think is going to SmackDown?
Bayley.
For Charlotte?
No, well, we'll get to that.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll get to that.
Okay.
Charlotte is that title is not going to be on Charlotte.
I'll admit, Charlotte looked good on Friday. That dress,
Oh, I didn't even see it.
it was pretty. I was like, Charlotte began on some real shit. Like lately, when Charlotte ain't wrestling, these outfits she's wearing, I'm like, God damn, girl, like for real. Like, I'm like, God damn, like
She's busy raiding her father's closet again.
But it's like it's like very good dress, like pretty fucking dresses. She dresses fucking amazing. I'll admit that. Like,
Oh yeah,
if
absolutely.
she ain't wrestling, I expect to see a beautiful girl. Like what did Aretha Franklin used to say? Pretty gowns.
Beautiful gowns, beautiful gowns.
Beautiful gowns.
It's-
And Charlotte got it.
So it's going to be Trish, Lita, and Becky winning. But my question is this: why have the women's tag team championships on them? They don't need them.
Exactly.
They'll give them up to a more viable team. Who's coming back? Who's debuting? Who's coming up from NXT that's going to challenge them?
They just give it to fucking Shayna Baszler and fucking what's her name?
If they're a real team, though, the team has to have a name. I've realized this over the years. I don't want two individual names being a tag team champion. To me, you have to have a name. Who's coming up from NXT that's going to challenge this next generation?
But hold on. Before I even get to that, aren't they having like a fucking tournament at WrestleMania too?
No, it's not a tournament. It's just a showcase.
It's a showcase. That's
Showcase.
I'm gonna get to that.
What is a
I don't know.
Wait,
Yeah,
so Chris,
there's two showcase matches, and they're all fatal 4-way tag team matches.
All right.
Apparently, the women's match has probably either just become the a fatal 5-way tag match, or it's still going to be a fatal 4-way.
wait, so Chris, who's winning between Damage Control and
I mean, I'm gonna go with nostalgia and say Team Bex because that it just makes sense. Because Damage Control isn't doing anything at this point.
Yep.
I feel bad though for Dakota Kai there and everybody because they brought him back to huge fanfare and then did nothing with it. And
They
how many
have
times have we said that?
they have potential. They have potential. They can be solid stars on their own. Or we can just again beef up the tag division because there's nothing out there like that. Like Dakota and Io work pretty well together.
Okay.
I just think that they would have to break away from
Bailey.
They have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see the point of doing all of this branding, all of this build up, all of this. Like this was a big deal when Bailey came back with these two in tow. And what did we get from it? Nothing. There's going to be a mid-carder here. There's going to be a Saturday show here. Bailey's going to get involved with something and act like this never happened. And I understand storylines end, but they had a chance to build a franchise with this. And they did nothing with it. And Bailey once again gets wasted. And I'm getting a little tired of it to the point where it's now not even 1 o'clock and I'm drinking.
What made it weird is that Becky Lynch took two of them out in one night. I was like, okay, so that's how you kill them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fucking asshole. I love Stardust.
So we'll talk about the showcases now. So we'll start with the men's. Braun Strowman, Ricochet versus the Street Profits versus Alpha Academy versus the Viking Raiders.
I realize the showcase is nothing more than this bullshit because they got rid of the goddamn Andre the
Battle
Giant.
Royals,
Yeah.
The what?
They got rid of the Andre the Giant thing.
No, they did not.
Oh no, it's next week.
It's on SmackDown.
It always happens next week. Yeah, it always happens on SmackDown.
It's because SmackDown next week will be WrestleMania SmackDown. So
I keep thinking that. Yeah.
Oh, and so will the goddamn fucking
it's a whole weekend affair. Backlash is no longer known as WrestleMania Backlash as well.
Thank God.
Thank God.
I was upset because I was trying to get tickets to Backlash, but they were only selling dual tickets, so you had to get SmackDown and Backlash tickets.
Really?
That's in Puerto
Yeah.
Rico, though, right?
Yeah,
Puerto Rico.
I was down to pay for the ticket to go there, fly over there for the night, and then fly back in the morning. I was down for that. But
You
you
had to
had
buy
to buy Raw, you had to buy SmackDown and Backlash tickets. They were only doing the sale pack. That was it.
Mm. Oh.
They have individual tickets now. I think they announced it yesterday, but it's like too expensive now. Even the dual package was not bad. It was like $500 for 2 tickets,
Wow.
and you got to sit ringside.
Ooh.
Yeah, and the Coliseum in Puerto Rico is pretty big.
Mm. Brad, you know what? I'm gonna have to say this, but if AEW comes to fucking Providence, I might just take that trip up there and just,
You're too late. I'm actually going with a friend April 7th. I'm going to see Rampage at the University of Rhode Island.
Nice.
I'm sorry, I didn't know I was supposed
nice.
to invite people from Jersey. No, honestly, she stumbled on a ticket. They're a good friend of mine. Like my wife and her husband will probably go out for drinks because they're so sick and tired of their significant others talking wrestling. I don't know what to expect, but they're calling it Battle of the Belts. So I don't.
Oh
know.
yes.
Oh yeah.
So it should be good. Because she's in a wheelchair, I have great seats, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'll be on TV when you're facing the ring, assuming they come in from the right. I'll be to the left. But if they do any kind of ring stuff, you'll see me there. Look for the redhead in the wheelchair. I'm right next to him.
Nice.
Do me a favor. You got to hold the sign. Be like,
with our show name, you better believe I am.
Why not, right?
I went out and bought Sharpies and
ring
tag.
Bros at ringside.
Oh yeah.
Bros at ringside. Needless to say.
That's good. I'm absolutely gonna do that.
Please.
Why wouldn't I? I'm gonna stick it right on her, just on the back of her wheelchair. I won't even have to hold it.
All right.
All right. I can't make these jokes here. I realize I got a wrong audience.
No, you're good. So what are we predicting that who's going to win this battle royale for the men's?
Who they want to push? I couldn't tell you. Braun Strowman.
It seems like Braun and Ricochet.
I think
they're trying to push them. It's either between them and the Street Profits.
I'm tired of everybody's like trying to break them up for real. Stop trying to break them up, please.
I don't want to break them up, but I think they're better off that way.
How?
Who? Because Montez is a star.
Yes,
Street Profits.
Montez is a star.
You know what? Dawkins is getting his own is on his own as well, and I see that whenever they put him in a singles match, and Montez is not around, he does very well for himself.
Yeah,
they both do,
and he's lost a lot of weight too, so he's looking,
yes.
And he has a rare form now. So
I think maybe then you put him with the Hurt Business.
Yeah.
I just think Montez Ford is just
Street Profits are winning.
Okay. See, this is why we talk.
Street Profits.
Yep.
I'm writing this down, by the way, so that way, we can. I can tally it.
Oh, I'm playing Street. Yeah, it's definitely Street Profits.
I'm going Ricochet.
I want Street Profits to win because they fucking deserve it. But if they don't,
since when does deserve matter, though? And I'm not saying that as a shot, but honestly, since when has any of this been about what the crowd wants?
You're saying it's always been about what Vince wants.
I would say that they book themselves so far into the future or blindly that they lose sight of what the crowd wants. In an effort to swerve the crowd, in an effort to quell what people think is obvious, I think that they purposely do the opposite. Yeah.
I think Al got Viking Raiders because they Ivar's hot, right?
Fuck you. Fuck you.
That's his type.
Hold up. Time out here. Do I find him attractive? Yeah.
Who you got? Who you got?
That's not only my type. Fuck it. Hold up. Hold up now. Hold up now. That's not only my type. Shit.
Ow.
What? Seriously, that's not
Al.
only my type.
Okay. Big white dudes with beards.
Yeah.
Yay or nay? Okay. Thank you. Good chatting with you.
Oh,
Got a type. It's okay to have it. I got a type.
so
Yeah, but it's
Al
not
has
just only
Viking
white dudes.
Raiders.
Damn, like you made it seem like
No, I said beards, not Vikings.
True.
Beards.
Beards.
Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
What's his name? Cash Wheeler or Dax? Which one did you like?
Both. Daddy.
Okay.
And Tough. Yeah.
All right. This conversation has ended. The jury's out, but they'll be back.
I mean, also like Top Dollar. What the fuck?
I didn't say you couldn't like outside of your type, but by and large,
Hold up. No, Top Dollar is definitely my type. Have you seen him naked? But anyway, sorry.
no. Stop. No.
I have. Keith Lee is definitely my type.
I think you like big burly guys, and that's cool. That's your type. I got a type too. I like people no taller than my shoulder.
Your wife's taller than you.
Yeah, I know. It's because I married outside of my type. That's kind of my point. She's not taller than me. My God, I'm not.
She is.
So, no, she's not. She's 3 inches shorter than me.
Prove it. Go get her.
No, I'm not going to get her right now. Son of a bitch. Honey, come here. I have to prove you're not taller than me. Put you on the internet and embarrass you because Al thinks you're taller than me. This is why I drink, Al.
Tell her I love her.
Yeah, I know. She loves you too, man. All of you guys. Anywho, I think I don't know the point of Braun and Ricochet. We'll wait for Clinton to get back, but why on earth are they a team? Why? Because one's big and one's small, or because maybe we hired back Braun Strowman for one pop, and now we have to continue to employ him for some reason?
Well, because they already
it's a
he already
spectacle,
beat
you know.
fucking-
You got the you
he
got
already
the big
beat
guy losing.
Omos. He already beat Omos. So now he's the monster among the world or something.
Then why isn't he fighting Brock Lesnar?
Because we already been down that road.
No,
already.
we years ago.
Ain't nobody
and
want to
they
see
actually
that.
had a real life unscripted punch in there.
Yeah.
Pay that off.
Rumble 2018.
Yeah, pay
Mm-hmm.
that off. I don't need to see Omos. I'm sorry. I'm glad he's tall. He's almost as tall as my wife.
You should be able to be so lucky.
I don't understand.
The booking is bad, and it's
bad.
And I don't understand why didn't they just rebook fucking Bobby versus fucking Lesnar? How did that fucking just die out like that?
Because I think Brock Lesnar is retiring soon. I think he's got a handful of matches left, and I think he's picking and choosing who he wants to fight.
Not except for Omos. I don't think Omos was a pick for him.
I think he wanted to work through every big man, every name that somebody in shows like ours and in chat rooms where people are saying who could take down Lesnar believably.
Yeah.
Omos is on a very short list there.
He's having. I think he's having fun with the matches that he's choosing. He's able to choose the matches he wants, and he's having fun with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because if you look at it, the builds to those matches are actually, they're something. They're a sight to see. You know what I mean?
I still would have loved if MVP, as soon as you start talking to Bobby, right? And I wish they had brought back the Hurt Business and had the
I'll agree with that.
and had the Street Profits involved in there, and then like y'all go to SmackDown, we say, "Oh, you got here on Raw." Y'all both, just like I think the bloodline itself, the whole storyline, for me, I know I'm going off script, but for me, I think the bloodline story itself would have been better suit if they had another faction going against them to dethrone them. And I think that would have been a better payoff instead of just one. And I get it, like when you take down a castle, you take down a castle brick by brick, or Trojan horse, which was Sammy in some regard, But I think also too, they should have just had a faction versus faction. Like Imperium should have went against the fucking uh um the bloodline. Granted, they only had 3 of them, but Gunther's so fucking strong and big. They as they build him, yeah, I didn't see why they wouldn't put them against the bloodline. There's just
Gunther is
that would not
not.
benefit Gunther.
Yeah, he's not championship caliber when it comes to the world title. Not yet.
to who?
Gunther.
Yeah, I
he's
agree
not.
with
He's not world title. He's not a world title contender yet. He's almost there, but
Give
he's
it
not
2 more
there.
years.
that. Also, on
That's
a
why.
bigger
That's why they didn't want to do him versus Lesnar because that was also an idea for this year. Gunther versus Lesnar.
But I would have put a title on Lesnar. Yeah, I get it.
or it would have put the wrong title on Gunther at the time because I think they were still. Oh no, check that. Never mind, it wouldn't have. But I don't think they're in the same ballpark. I one comment on that though. If don't you think if you had the Bloodline only going up against a faction or primarily going up against one faction, doesn't that diminish the whole Kings of the World, heads of the table?
Yeah,
They run the company. They don't just run this feud. They're telling you we're going to hold all the gold and we're going to control every match that we're in.
Right.
Then they bring Solo in late in the game, late in the story.
I hear what you're saying. The only problem is that you have multiple factions saying they run they we run WWE, we do this. You have the Judgment Day saying this shit. You have Imperium. You have so many factions, and the only type of faction that we did see go against the Bloodline was the Brawling Brutes, Sheamus and like whatever they call them, the Irishmen. Well, I'll call them that, whatever the fuck they are.
yeah, but they weren't claiming anything. So here's the
No,
thing.
they weren't. Hold on, they weren't. But the fact about it is, we did get a faction versus another faction, and it still paid off because the Bloodline is still the champion. Fine, cool with that. If they say they got all the gold, they've been winning. Fine, we got it. That's the whole point of it. If every faction in WWE is saying that we run WWE, run WWE, fine, then the Bloodline has to prove it. To me, they got all the gold, but if you have a faction saying that they run shit, then the Bloodline should be stomping them out. We didn't get to see any of that. We got to see the whole Sheamus group go against that, like get stomped out. That's fine. We didn't get to see Judgment Day get stomped out at all.
But that's okay because we don't need that. And I'm gonna tell
I
you
think
why.
we do.
I'm gonna tell you why. There's no need for faction versus faction. You can throw factions in that storyline, which they have, but at the end of the day, it makes no sense to have Judgment Day versus, the Bloodline. You know what I'm saying? Not only because of the fact of there being 2 heel factions, we can take that out of the equation completely. Judgment Day is on Raw, Bloodline's on SmackDown. Bloodline is free to roam wherever they want because they have all the titles. However, Judgment Day is stuck on Raw. The only person that has freedom to roam around right now is Dom and Rhea. That's it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it would make no sense. Could you put them against each other? Yeah, but it would be squash matches. Why? Because everyone's interfering with everything, and it would make no sense until you have some type of a cage match. Bloodline comes out victorious. We've seen it already. We don't want to see that again. You have different avenues of people trying to figure out what they're going to do against the Bloodline. That's where you start pulling in numbers. That's what they're doing with Sammy and KO. That's what they're doing with Cody. Cody is now trying to team up with them, or at least get into their heads that they can take on the Usos on their own and shut down that side of the Bloodline. And then he'll take care of the rest with Roman. Now, Cody is also getting into Solo's head, which is starting to deteriorate that part of the Bloodline because he's the enforcer. And it's only going to come down to next week when we see Cody versus Solo on Raw. That's scheduled for Raw next week.
I didn't tell you to talk to me and make fucking sense.
But you
Shut your ass up.
You pull the Bloodline in so many different directions that they're all lost and they're trying to figure out what's going on. The only person that's kind of making sense is Paul Heyman.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
think they turn
Roman
on
knows
him.
where he's at. Paul knows where he's at. Solo is indifferent now, and the Usos don't even care about the bloodline right now. They're just focused on taking out KO and Sammy, which makes no sense because it's a non-issue now that they're not going after Roman anymore.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? So since they're not going after Roman anymore, they're going after the Usos. The Usos are completely taken out of the equation. They cannot be by Roman's side. Now, when they lose at Mania,
Which is happening. But
they're not going to want to be seen anywhere because Roman is going to be like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys?
That's my prediction. That's my prediction.
you know
You know what I'm saying?
what it
That's
is,
exactly what's going to happen.
You know what I think it is too? I think because Naomi's not there no more, I think Jimmy's done.
Really?
Mm.
I disagree with that.
Here's my thing. About 2 weeks ago, they said that Sasha Banks had a small contract with New Japan, and it was supposed to expire in about 2 weeks.
Really? Oh wow.
So
She's going to
I think there's a show coming up like within the next couple days or the next week or so, where she's most likely going to drop that title
AEW.
and be available for WrestleMania, because there's still 2 openings for the women's showcase.
Nah, I don't think she's going.
Yeah,
Naomi
actually-
also took everything WWE related off of her page.
And yesterday
And
said,
that's to throw
no,
people
I
off.
don't work there.
Yeah, she said she
made
doesn't
a
work
point
there.
of calling it out.
Yep.
Swerve. I think they've got contracts in line, and they're both going to be back.
I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, prediction.
No. After that Chris soliloquy, there's not. I mean, that's what it was. It was a soliloquy. It was art. I can just say thank you for listening to Bros at Ringside. We're
Al, I need so I guess Al and Brad, I need your predictions for the men's showcase.
I already said I'm going.
Braun
Yeah,
Ricochet, right?
I went with Ricochet. Oh, I went with Street Profits.
Street
Yeah.
Profits. So
Yeah,
Street Profits, and you're Braun and Ricochet, right?
I'm going Ricochet, but not because of Braun. I think they're going to split that up.
All right.
Braun, they might as well employ
Eagle.
Nia Jax again. They're going to keep him.
Street Profits. I can see Street Profits winning that.
Women's are next. Women's showcase. It's
So
Liv
here's the thing
Morgan.
with that. It's not done yet. We still are apparently we're missing 1 or 2 more.
Yeah,
Naomi.
That's
That's
supposed to happen on Monday, right?
So it's Liv and Raquel, Natalia and Shotzi, Ronda and Shayna, and then they say now one more team to be.
It's Raquel and what's the name?
Liv Morgan.
Liv. It's Raquel and Liv.
You think that's winning?
Yeah, I think it's Raquel and Liv. That's it.
I'm going wild card. The question marks. I'm picking the question marks.
No question mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't gotten anything yet. I don't know if they're going to fill those things up on Raw or SmackDown, but
But what's the payoff for that?
I don't know. They might do like
Like they don't even, like they're not even offering. Here's my problem with it. I'm sorry to cut you off. Here's my problem with it. They're not even offering number 1 contender.
Here's the thing, we don't know that. They
Yeah.
haven't said anything, so that could be the offering. That could be, the ones who end up, winning and on the Raw after Mania. They're like, hey, well, you know what? We won that match, so how about you fight us for the titles right now?
And then imagine if you get Sasha and Naomi versus Becky and Lita.
Thank you.
We'll see.
So I'm going with question mark to be determined.
Question
But
mark?
if the question mark is Carmella and Chelsea, then I'm going to reverse my decision and go with Ronda and Shayna.
It would be fucked up. It would be great if it came in like if it wasn't Naomi and Mercedes. If it was what is it? Tamina and
Nia Jax.
Nia Jax.
Gross.
Fuck you.
I would not want that.
I unmuted my microphone just to go ha at that joke. when he said gross.
Gross. That's gross. Anyway, moving on.
The best reaction ever.
Next match is Hell in a Cell, Edge and Finn.
Edge.
Edge gets one more push, and then it's lights out for real. But I do think he'll pass the torch to Finn Balor.
If he comes out with Demon Finn Balor, Finn Balor.
I think it's Finn.
If he comes out with Demon Finn Balor, it's Finn.
Only if they're
that's the
retiring
plan.
Edge.
That's the plan. Demon Finn Balor.
Then it's Finn Balor. I'm sorry.
Because it's going to be in the cage.
But is Edge making hints that the end is near?
Yes.
Is he going to leave his boots in the ring the Monday night after Raw? After WrestleMania?
Nah, it's not too big of a match.
No, I think he wants a title run.
Yeah, one title run. I'm not sure
He's
which
going to
one.
have to. Well, then maybe he has to. But that supports me. Then I think he wins this, positions himself as strong, and says, I've taken out one group, the leader of one group. Now I want the leader of the next one. And that might make the case for Roman winning, because a Roman Edge match, spear versus spear, might be a lot of fun.
You already seen it though.
Yeah, but we've seen it, and
Not on a big stage like that.
Yeah,
I don't think so. I don't think they've headlined a major pay-per-view.
right. I think wasn't it WrestleMania?
If it was, I drink a lot, so you're gonna have to forget
It was Mania because Daniel Bryan was added to it. So yeah.
Okay, you know what? I'm leaving. I'm no longer qualified.
And we also got it, but we got it that was Mania, but we got it the event before. It was Roman.
Okay, we've never seen a repeat headline match in WWE ever.
I mean, yeah, we did.
It never happened. Brock Lesnar, never once.
Big sexy daddies.
I don't know who that is, but I don't think they're talking about me.
Oh, that's Cut. That's Cut. What up, Cut? What's up, Cut?
Seem like a very nice man, and thank you if I am included.
Brad, you are hot. You are a hot, sexy daddy, Brad.
So Al, you're with Balor or Edge?
If he comes out with Demon, Finn. If he doesn't, Edge.
But I'm all right.
Hey,
you need a definite pick though.
If he comes out with Demon, he's
not gonna win though.
Edge ain't winning. I don't know. Like if he comes, I don't know.
The Demon is going to get defeated. If he comes out as the Demon's getting defeated.
I think they ruined the Demon just like they ruined fucking Bray Wyatt's fucking.
Well, maybe the audience, I realize that we're not in the Attitude Era, but I think maybe the audience is getting a little too smart to buy into characters that are mystical and have special powers. Because again, if you've got these mysterious powers, why are you traveling around on the road and wrestling instead of like dominating other parts of the world? Like, I think the audience is getting to a point where they don't want the magic. They want a believable person. Cody Rhodes is more over than anybody right now.
Yep.
Okay, all my feelings aside for the man, they're booking him correctly. I think there's a heel turn coming because he's a little too righteous.
Whoa.
But we'll get to that in a few. I do think, though, that if you look at it, it's kind of like back at the Attitude Era where they wanted people to just be people. They didn't want Hunter Hearst Helmsley, the aristocrat.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted Triple H, Paul Levesque. They wanted the real elevated versions of real people. And I think this whole Bray Wyatt thing failed because it's too out there. And having cinematic matches where the cameramen are already in the locations where they're filming, it takes you out of the moment. You know what I mean? I'm not going to babble on this forever, but I think the audience is too smart.
All right. I'm gonna say my prediction is
Demon Balor. Okay, cool. We got you.
Yeah.
So Edge all around the table.
Nope. I'm going Finn.
You going Finn too? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going Finn. Next is Brock and Omos.
Brock.
Sorry, Brock. Omos is a waste of time. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I think
I hate to say this, but I'm always scared. I'm always scared that he's gonna sprain his fucking ankle.
Well, he's a terrible athlete. He's an impressive specimen, but he's not cut out for this business. And yeah, I agree with you. You're too young, but you guys remember Manute Bol?
Who?
Manute Bol used to play in the NBA. He was 7'7".
Loophole.
His legs were so skinny. I believe he was from Kenya, but I'm not.
Oh yeah, I remember that dude.
The dude had the skinniest legs, and he used to post up against some like Akeem Olajuwon.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he'd go up against Shaq in his early years. This guy would post up, and every time he ran down the court, it looked like they were going to snap,
Yep.
like twigs.
Mhm.
And Omos is not that extreme. He's obviously much more built, but I don't feel like he knows how to take moves real well. Forget selling him. I don't feel like he knows how to land. And so I feel like a lot of his opponents have to protect him. And if there's one person in this world, and I'm not knocking Brock Lesnar here, but I don't think he's worried about protecting his opponents, is Brock Lesnar.
No.
He's put a lot of people in danger because he just does what he does.
Mhm.
I'm not saying he's not dangerous. I'm not saying he's Nia Jax. But I do think that Brock Lesnar, the nature of the F5, it's really not up to him after he reaches that rotation. At that point, you're just falling. And I don't think Omos is enough of an athlete to do it correctly.
Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna land on his leg bad. This is gonna be a sight.
Mhm. It's gonna be AEW all over again. We were there live. We were live. We were like, well, I was like, oh, bro. Ugh.
Oh, when Ray Phoenix broke his, dislocated his.
We were there. We were there. We saw that shit. We were like,
Ooh.
ah.
I just got the visual of that, and I'm like, ooh.
All right,
Being
next
live was
match.
worse.
Next match is the match that I think is going to be the show stealer, Seth and versus Logan.
Oof. I got Seth Rollins.
Definitely Seth.
I'm going with Seth.
Do you feel that they're only doing this because they don't want to put Seth against Roman again?
No, so here's the thing. Logan Paul is a cash grab.
No, I
and
mean
he's
before
also
book-
a sight
I mean
to
before
see.
booking
He's
him.
not a bad wrestler.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying before book, like, I'm not saying Logan Paul shouldn't be like, because he did wrestle Roman last year. I'm not saying that. And I'm not saying that he can't wrestle Seth, but do you feel like they're like kind of not pushing Seth to wrestle Roman ever again?
They need to finish their storylines to start implementing Seth in different storylines now.
This has got nothing to do with Seth Rollins and everything to do with Logan Paul.
Yeah.
This is Hollywood. This is the biggest stage in their business, in the business. They want to push Logan Paul as a viable wrestler, but he's an event wrestler. Let's be clear. He's not showing up on Raw every week.
Yep.
He's going to be a pay-per-view only attraction kind of wrestler. And what better way to do it and make him look like a feature than the guy in the company that can make anybody across from them look good?
Yep.
And that is Seth Rollins.
Clinton, I'm gonna send you something on Facebook. Tell me what you think.
You're gonna what?
Close
Private conversations, man.
Sorry.
Words hurt, man. It hurts to be excluded.
This is the one of the two matches that I'm excited about, and I'm ready for Seth versus Logan. I think Seth is winning, but I think Logan's going to put up a fight.
I think Logan Paul wins by cheating. That way they both come out looking good. They've got a tremendous heel heat for Logan Paul, and I'm going to check it, but he's still going to get at least 2 big spots. And I'm sorry for babbling again, but honestly, Seth Rollins to me is the most underrated wrestler in the world in terms of making his opponents look tremendous. The guy's an unbelievable worker. I don't appreciate him as much as I should.
There's a handful of people that can do that. Dolph Ziggler's another one.
The greatest seller in WWE history.
And yet still a viable champion. If he won a belt tomorrow, if he won the Intercontinental Championship tomorrow, I don't lose an ounce of sleep because that's a great decision. Yeah.
Great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see. Next match is
The Prodigy return.
no, we're gonna go with the women's championships now. Let's start with Bianca and Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship.
Bianca, Brad's wife, Second
Yeah,
one.
I know that's my mistress, and it hurts me to say this, but I think they're positioning New Asuka as an unstoppable force.
Yes.
So I'm giving it to New Asuka.
Mm.
Yep, new Oscar.
You know what?
And then
you know what? I kind of say this. I kind of want Bianca to chase the championship. So yeah.
I think she's better chasing it. Thank you for bringing that up. I think when she's hungry, she's a better performer. She almost seems content right now, and I don't know
There
if
hasn't
that's a
been
good
any
thing.
really competition on Raw. That's the other problem. Like, let's be real about it. There's not much competition.
But as a performer, taking storyline out of it, we're just speaking about Bianca Belair, the performer. I feel like since she's won the championship, her performances have been sloppier and less hungry.
Mm.
And I think that there's an energy that she has when she's an underdog,
Yeah.
like the Becky Lynch energy, to be honest with you. They're better when they're chasing, and that's definitely something I want to see. Asuka, season champion, she deserves a run.
and Oscar has never had a Mania moment.
Yes. That
Yeah,
is
they
correct.
kind of ruined her when she lost to Charlotte. That.
Oh yeah, I'll even say
Oh yeah,
that
they destroyed that so
as a
much.
Charlotte stand, Oscar should have won that match.
Yep.
Ugh, I was so upset.
I was like, really?
Plus, not for anything, if Bianca Belair loses the title, then she has more time to help break up my marriage.
Brad, you want some black babies? Is that it?
I want Bianca Belair to have my babies. Can we just take race out of this and just make it about love and passion?
Love you, Brad.
So Al, you're changing from Bianca to Asuka?
Yeah, because I kind of want it. There's not much competition for her on Raw.
Doesn't matter.
It does matter. It does matter because if you're the champion and you're trying to defend your championship or on whether it's every week or every other 2 weeks and there's nobody to fucking fight, that's a problem. So yes. And not to mention you have Becky not chasing the championship. I guess Lita and fucking Trish are back. I don't fucking know.
They're not back. Once they drop the titles, that's a
Again,
done
I
thing.
don't fucking
They're not dropping it the next night, though.
know.
Trish is training for another run, and I think Lita, she's borderline homeless at this point, so let her.
Shut the fuck up.
All right, I'm being rude again, but honestly, Lita hasn't done much. She proves she can
Borderline.
still go. Trish is in tremendous shape. I say give him one more run till SummerSlam, and then have him cough it up in big fashion, and then that's a true passing of the torch moment. Raw or SmackDown is not that moment.
Yeah. Alexa's out for the future. She's been getting cancer treatments.
Yep.
Who? Alexa?
Alexa Bliss.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she has cancer?
She has skin cancer. Well, she found early stages of skin cancer, so she's taking care of it now.
Mm.
She was just on The Masked Singer.
Yeah.
Was she really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was they unmasked
Yep,
her,
she was.
or this week, I think.
She's looking good too. I kind of feel for her because I think her whole character was kind of hinged on Bray Wyatt getting over,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
it didn't. So I kind of feel for her because she's been sitting, waiting in the wings, ready to work.
I need that old school, raspy, scrappy, heel Alexa
Yeah.
again. I
Yeah.
need that.
2016, 2017, Alexa was.
I need that Alexa. She was champion just as much as Sasha and freaking and Charlotte. They were all chasing the titles at the same
Well,
time.
they were treating it like a hot potato.
True.
Kept
Yeah.
trading it off week over week.
Right. You got it.
But I agree. Alexa Bliss was in that mix. Not as believable to me as Charlotte and Sasha trading it, but they needed more outside people. They needed Bayley to be there a little more. And I think Alexa needed to be positioned as like Savage, win at all costs, because she was she's so small. I'm sorry, let me say it. She's petite. It's a better way to put it. But there has to be a certain size comparison to be viable. And she's so tiny. I don't know if she's viable, but she was a lot of fun back when it was just her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Chris is like going to mute me permanently. I know it. It's coming.
Who you going for with Bianca and Oscar?
Oscar.
Okay.
That it's her time. The change in character already. Once I saw the change in character and I saw her demeanor change, I was like, she's winning the title, and I don't know when, but we're gonna see. And then when they gave her the title shot, I was like, she's winning the title. So I saw it the moment they changed her. The moment they changed her character and they changed her music, I was like, yeah, she's winning the title.
So we're gonna go for the SmackDown Women's Championship.
Hey, so, wait, so you're not even so you're gonna go straight to the world titles and you're not even gonna are you gonna save that for next because that's a spectacle match as well?
Oh, okay. So then we'll save that for last. We'll save those two last. So we're gonna go Austin and Cena for the U.S. Championship.
Austin Theory gets a torch right in his hands.
What did I say? I've said this for months.
Yes,
if you go back to all the other
you
episodes, I said they are building him like Cena, and the only way to finish it off is to have him fight Cena. They're doing it on the biggest stage of them all for the title that made John Cena.
You have. You said this.
Oh my God, Chris, check your underwear. You all right?
I shit myself. I don't care.
You have. You said this.
I've said this time and time
saying it
again.
for a year.
Al, I see Al's face.
year.
He hates it, but you gotta admit when you're right, you're right.
You're right. You're right.
I think they strapped the rocket ship on Theory too soon.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
it doesn't mean that he didn't deserve it at some point. Now is his time. They got rid of the selfie bullshit, and they're starting with a real, viable, relatable character. Let's begin the run. Austin Theory 2.0 begins in Hollywood, and I'm looking forward to watching that.
Austin Theory's winning it. Al.
Al's choosing Kevin Owens.
He's always right now. I don't have to choose. He just is. Nope. Yeah, I can't even. Nope. I can't even. Nope. Nope.
Right now, his mind is just going. "Dun, dun, dun, dun."
Al, you have to
But he don't want either one of them to win.
Al, you have to pick one.
Do I have to though?
Yes, you have to.
Listen, John, we know John is not going to be around. If John were to win this title, it's going to be the most insane thing to ever freaking happen. But I do not see why he does not drop it the next night to Theory anyway.
I really don't want fucking Austin to win this.
They're not giving Cena another Hollywood moment. WrestleMania
They're not.
moment.
They're not going to do it.
I think it actually, if you go back to the promo, and Cena cut a great promo.
They're fucking
So
amazing.
they don't have to pipe in crowd noise for my matches.
Word.
What better way to shut up that criticism than to get a WrestleMania level pop?
Yep.
Yes.
That was all scripted. And if that is Triple H writing it, that was well done.
We're going to get well, apparently John got ripped for him going off script. That wasn't in the script. He really laid into Theory, and it made Theory look really small.
Good.
Was he supposed to go after the bald spot? Because as a man with that similar issue,
Yo, he did that. I couldn't believe it.
I struggled with that myself, and so that hurt on a different level.
But you know, Cena, I love when Cena, when the whole thing happened, he just said, he nodded, he was like, and then I was like, oh shit, here it comes. When Cena does the nod, he did it to Roman, and he was like the Cena does his nod thing, right? It's like a battle rapper, because he likes to rap, I guess, or whatever.
Bars.
Yeah, he does his nod thing, like, and then he hits him hard, bar for bar. Motherfucker try to steal my flow.
Yeah. That was a great promo, but I again, you see the change in Theory's demeanor. You see the change in his character. You see the change in the way he cuts promos.
It's
now.
not comedy. It's not just comedy.
Mm-mm.
And I think he's going to be a versatile performer. And
Yep.
I think it's good because I wasn't convinced on him a year ago. When I joined this show, about a year and a half ago or so, give or
Just
take,
about.
when I started, we were talking about Austin Theory as an up-and-comer. And I said, not yet, not yet, not yet. That was always my angle. And I think we were all in agreement on that. They thought the was it the Elimination Chamber match? We thought he might have
Died. Yes.
yeah, and we thought he might have earned his stripes.
Him
But
out, yeah.
me and Chris were still like, no. He's not ready yet. He has a rocket ship up his ass right now, but he's not ready. I think he's ready now,
Yeah.
and he needed this rub. And John Cena's been a good foil for him, and I think he looks at the lights in LA and hands the torch over.
Yep.
Mm.
I also realized that looking at the four of us, we look like a Hims commercial. Like you and Clinton are like the before pictures. I'm like the intermediate, and then Chris is like the after picture.
Man, Chris, he's saying he dark.
Yeah, man, Austin Theory, you know, he's coming in his own. I've said it for months already. He wasn't ready in the very beginning. I didn't know who he was. I didn't like the whole selfie thing. That shit was annoying, but he was growing into his own character. And as much as Al wants to hate it,
Fucking hate it.
I said that he has the same exact trajectory as John Cena, and here we are at WrestleMania, the show of all
Does not
shows,
have-
and he's fighting John Cena for John Cena's first title ever.
So you think the trajectory is the same though? Arrogance?
No, definitely not.
Very
It's
similar.
definitely not.
Very similar.
Is that it?
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Very
Nah.
I
similar.
kind of see a parallel where you come in all arrogant because somebody told you were the best, and then you have to prove it, and then that's when you level up. I actually think there's a lot to that. I kind of have to
Yep.
tip my cap to that, Chris. Nice.
He's gonna be on the up now after he beats Cena. At this point, people are gonna be like, okay, he's a formidable opponent. He has the championship. Now people are gonna want to try to take that championship off of him. I even see him starting the U.S. Open Challenge, which is only a face thing to do.
And then also with Theory winning, and let's just say Cody wins the title, and Austin drops the title. No. This is just let's just say, and then let's just say in the future Theory drops the title and Cody is still champion. You have Cody versus Theory right there.
You know what?
I'd rather have
You know
Gunther
what?
versus Cody.
I'll do you one better.
Okay.
Between, I want to say maybe I want to say Backlash. Theory probably loses the U.S. title at Backlash. If Cody were to win the title, I see a repeat for Theory winning Money in the Bank and him cashing in at SummerSlam. And it'll be a Dolph Ziggler situation.
Okay.
Where he's injured and someone laid him out and he ends up just taking the title off of him.
I'm fine with that too. I'm absolutely fine.
That would be it. And then at that point, that would make sense because that changes his entire character again because now he's world champion.
I'm fine with that.
It may be too soon to say, but that could be something where they're leading up to, especially if Roman drops the title.
I'm on board because he's given me no reason to doubt him.
Yeah, I don't know. Just don't want Austin Theory getting shit. Anyway, that's just me.
Who you got? You can't be undecided on this one. You got Cena?
Yes.
No, he doesn't. No, he's lying to you out of principle, but he does not believe Cena's winning.
He knows. He knows deep down that is Theory.
He knows. Look at him. He can't make eye contact.
I'm gonna just put you down for
That's
Theory.
it. That's a smart move. Smart move.
So we have 3 more matches to predict. I'm just gonna say the Bloodline matches for last. We're gonna go with Charlotte versus Rhea for the SmackDown Women's Championship.
Give it to Rhea.
As the biggest Platinum Centurion Charlotte Flair card fan, I have to pick Rhea.
Same.
Like her trajectory.
Well, who needs the title and who needs to chase the title? Charlotte's better when she's telling you why she deserves it.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think that that's really her character. It's almost like they're building her into somebody who snivels and complains and whines.
But they've done that already.
But and they're going to continue to. Her father didn't change character, and neither will she.
But also too, the fact about it is that she's gonna beat her father's record.
And
Because
also,
Cena won't. That's the thing too. Cena's 16 times champions. She's gonna beat her father's record. She's
Does
gonna.
that record really matter?
Yes.
You think so?
but
I
I
mean,
mean,
in a world that
Everywhere he goes, when you talk about Ric Flair, I'm the 16-time world champion. 16 times. So yes, it does matter. She's going to be 20-time champion. She's going
okay,
to.
so you're telling me then that David Arquette, based on titles mattering, David Arquette is the same importance as Scott Steiner. That's how little titles actually mean. What a title actually is saying, I'm going to slap your face on billboards and make money off of you. And I believe that you're the person to do it. I think Rhea Ripley needs that title, and they need Rhea Ripley more than they need Charlotte in that role because they've already made money off of Charlotte holding that belt. Maybe there's new money to make.
Yep.
And the same goes for Austin Theory. He's young, he's exciting. He deserves a title in some fashion, the same way John Cena did when he came in with his gold chains and his bad rhymes. You know, I think that's where we're at with this now. Is Rhea Ripley more marketable in this current climate? Absolutely.
Yeah, but
Because Charlotte's a Karen and Rhea Ripley is the anti-Karen, and there is so much more money to be made with anti-Karens.
yep.
Here's the thing, and I don't know if anybody has really paid attention to this, but this is going to also be the demise of Judgment Day as well. So Rhea wins, she's on SmackDown, she's no longer on Raw. That's a done thing. Ray is going to be done. He's going to most likely beat Dom. Dom is on Raw. That's it. You know, unless they end up moving him to SmackDown, whatever. Because I think the draft is also going to be coming up soon too. Finn is going to get demolished by Edge in Hell in a Cell. That's going to make him no longer the leader of Judgment Day. And then at that point, you just have what's his face by himself.
Damien.
which
So,
Damien is.
Damian Priest is just gonna be on his own. He is good in a singles
Yeah. He doesn't need
contendership
anybody.
anyway.
Like
He can go for the US title. He can go for the IC title. I can see him in that. You know, he's a formidable champion.
he has
in that
he had a
aspect.
champion before. What did he have? United States.
He was the US
Yeah,
championship.
so he's not like he can't be champion material. So yeah, he can go for a title. So yeah, I'd rather see him see him chasing a title too. Especially
What does this mean for Connor and Victor, the Ascension? I think mystical groups that have like weird power. Even though Judgment Day wasn't really one, but they were starting to book.
Yeah.
They booked them that way in the beginning, and they moved away from it. They're a group that doesn't need each other anymore. They're all stars now. Damian Priest is, in my opinion, the shining star of that whole group.
Yep.
I love that guy, and I wish he needs a singles run, and he needs to not be part
Another
of
singles run. Yeah, he needs another one. Really,
but I think now he's, post Judgment Day, Damian Priest is going to be way cooler than pre.
Mm-hmm. I'm surprised he didn't rip those pants the way he'd be doing those moves. But anyway, all right.
So everybody's going Rhea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All right.
time is right.
Yeah.
So we're going to the bloodline matches right now. We'll start with the tags championships.
That is easy.
Usos
Sammy and Kevin.
versus Sammy and Kevin.
Sammy and Kevin. Easy.
Yeah. I see Sammy and Kevin taking that.
Sammy and Kevin, yeah.
That's got to be the. Is that night one? Did they say if that was going to be night
So
one?
they did not announce that. So
I think that's night one because I think that's night one, and I think Charlotte. No, I think Charlotte and
Charlotte and Rhea are night one. So far, the only matches announced for night one Austin and Cena are opening.
Opening, yeah, that's an opening.
So it's only Austin, Cena, Seth, Logan, Charlotte, and Rhea. Those are the only 3 matches announced for night 1.
And
The
wait,
only-
who's closing? Is Charlotte's closing,
Most likely.
yeah. And
or it's going to be the Charlotte and Rhea is going to be in the middle, and then they
then
close
I think the tag is
bloodline.
going to close out
The
WrestleMania.
tag, like, because the bloodline will close it out.
Yeah, Bloodline should definitely be closing matches.
And then the only match announced for night 2 is Roman and Cody, which is
That's closing. Who's the mid in that? Who's the middle match in that? Oh, it was
for day
women.
day 2, they haven't announced for day 2.
So then Bianca and Asuka is most likely going to be night 2 because they're not going to have.
That's going to be the mid. That's going to be the middle. They're not closing out. It's the bloodline closing out. Bloodline's closing out both nights.
Yeah, I think that's the right decision. I love Charlotte. I love Rhea, but the right main event is Usos versus Kevin and Sammy. And Kevin is going to be a 2-time main event. WrestleMania. But yeah, I'm going with Kevin and Sammy.
I'm with you too. Hey, Roundhouse? You pressed the wrong button, buddy.
Shut up.
And then
I'm going to say something here. I think the Usos retain.
Oh.
And I'm going to say why, because everybody's predicting all of the gold to leave the bloodline in one 48-hour span. I think the Usos retain and also realize they were better on their own when they didn't have all this family dependency bullshit. And this could create a nice little wrinkle where because they've all been kind of asserting their independence. There's been some mention that maybe they follow his girlfriend out of the company. But I think it would be an interesting way to kind of position them as individuals again. I don't feel like the Usos have won anything. I don't feel the bloodline has won everything. And maybe it's time for them to stand on their own again. So I'll be the wild card here. I'm going to say the Usos retain.
Okay.
What if the Usos retain and then Roman lost and they're just like, what are you, bro?
I love that.
And Paul Heyman gets away from Roman and starts siding with Jay and Jimmy.
Oh, I love that.
It ain't gonna happen.
He becomes an advocate, like Cody said, but he becomes an advocate for the Usos.
I actually think the turning on Paul Heyman is going to happen early in WrestleMania and pay off late in WrestleMania. And I mean like beginning of night 1 and end of night 2 being the timeline. But I think that Paul Heyman's probably the first one to go.
Ooh.
Which is fine.
They're also good on the mic now. They don't need him. He needs to be with somebody who can't talk.
And I think this is why
Solo.
I like Solo.
I like
Leave him alone.
And this is why I think it's so, even though you think this is going to happen, even if the other outcome happens, you're fine with it. So with Usos versus Kevin and Sammy, it could go either way and you'll still be fine with it.
Do you know why I don't think it's Kevin and Sammy? Because neither of them need tag team gold. They need singles gold.
The only reason Kevin needs it is because I think Kevin wants to be a Grand Slam champion.
No, Kevin needs it. Sorry, I'm back. Kevin needs it.
Tag team gold?
Yeah. They both have never had tag team gold together.
It doesn't give a shit. You didn't spend the last 6-8 months building up Sami Zayn as a solo performer to make him a tag team champion.
But it's one of those things where they know for a fact that one, Kevin's not getting a universal title shot. He's not getting a United States title shot. He's not getting intercontinental title shot.
Why not?
To hold the title like that was Sammy. Kevin's not getting that. So, and not to mention, Kevin's been wrestling. Sammy and Kevin has been wrestling for a long time.
So hold
But
on.
they
Have you guys seen? Because I want to add on to that. Did you guys watch? Did you guys catch SmackDown last
no, I
night?
did. Yeah.
So they mentioned that they've been on the road with each other for years. They fought against each other. They fought
Since they
with
were
each other.
teenagers.
They've never held tag
Mm,
team gold with each
nope.
other. That was the whole story for
Yep.
them on Friday.
They're not a team though. They're two individuals.
No, they are a
That is
team.
correct.
They are a team.
I can see them just taking the titles and then dropping them down the road to a more formidable tag team, and then at that point, they go along their separate
Hold up,
ways.
Then
hold up,
that
hold up. Time
mutes
out,
the
time out,
impact of
time out,
all
time
of
out.
it.
You guys saying that they're not a tag team? That's bullshit.
They're not.
They are, and
They're not. They're
they've
single
always
stars.
been a team.
Their
They've always-
future is not in tag team wrestling.
It's
Yeah,
not too.
yeah.
It's not in tag team, but they've always been a team.
Then they're not going to give you a limp exit from this storyline by them winning the
Yeah.
title, knowing full well they're going to drop it within a couple months, probably on regular television,
I don't
to a
think
much
regular
more,
television.
as you said, a formidable team, a more believable team. Not that I know they can be a team, but it is not in their best interest right now at this point in their careers.
Okay, then who?
To
All
be
right,
a
then
team.
what are they doing then? Let's be real about it. What are they doing?
You just built two single stars.
All they're doing is taking down the bloodline. That's their mission. Their mission is to take down the bloodline, and the way you take down the bloodline is by taking the gold away from them.
Family,
They
is-
have less power.
The goal of the storyline is family is who you choose to be with you, not who your bloodline says you're with.
Yep.
Okay, and that's the whole premise behind this storyline. It's like old school, like TV 101,
I don't know.
and I think it's a good one. But the payoff now has to be you've now got marketable superstars in Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn just upped his stock 100 times over what he was.
Right.
And he's been entertaining throughout, but he hasn't been a viable top level main eventer. Now he is. Kevin Owens to me has always been on the cusp of where Roman Reigns is, but never quite there. Now they're both there. You're not going to waste that in a tag team wrestling Street Profits every week. I'm sorry, they're not. They're just
Well,
not.
no, they wouldn't. I mean, they would be one of the tag teams that go back and forth, right? Because they would have both titles, not just one title.
Maybe. All right. Yeah, I don't know.
I think we need to see a split of the tag division completely. We need to do that again. Yeah, and then we just get rid of the championship. The champion should be the world champion should be the only person to roam both shows. Because the only reason why Roman was on SmackDown was because one, he was the champion, and two is because Fox wanted the champion on there. They loved Roman and they loved him being champion. Once he is no longer champion and they're only going to have one title, they're going to have the one popular person on both shows. As hot as of a streak as Cody is on right now, he would be the poster boy with the title to be on both shows, Raw and SmackDown. He's making the network's money on both ends.
I honestly just think that the tag titles right now, like with them, Kevin and Sammy getting the titles, they would honestly keep it elevated just as much as the Usos are.
I'm not saying that they wouldn't. We're not saying that they wouldn't. The only thing is that do they need it? No, they don't. They don't need them.
Then who?
People like the Street Profits need it. People like the Viking Raiders need it. Those are the actual tag teams that need it. The Usos no longer need it. They've already stapled their legacy. New Day, same thing. They've already stapled their legacy in being tag team champions. They don't need it. And right now, we don't have the New Day at all.
And Kofi's out, right?
Kofi's out.
I think they're doing a skit, like some non-physical performance. But I think we'll see Big E on live TV again.
Big E's already been on live TV. He was on live TV promoting the game.
Yeah, but I think we're actually going to have him on WWE TV. We haven't seen him on WWE TV for a while.
I seen him on the promoting the game. I was like, Jesus Christ. Like
Yeah, they had him
you
promoting
could
the
tell, you
game.
could
They
tell
also had
that
him promoting
how he turns.
WrestleMania.
You could
as
tell
well.
how he turns. Yeah,
And
no,
he lost muscle mass too.
yeah,
And it's upsetting to me, but I think he's done.
yeah.
I think he becomes Xavier. I think Xavier actually wrestles more now, and I think he becomes the mouthpiece. It's a shame. Good guy. Never blamed anybody.
Yeah, the way he moved you could tell like
He's still being very cautious. He's not ready yet. He's not ready yet, and only time will tell when he's officially
I don't
ready.
think Big E should
But
take.
if he's not ready, then he's
I
not
don't
ready,
think
and
that-
then we
I
I
don't
don't
see
think
Big
Big E
E
should
at
take
all.
any bumps ever again.
I think why even risk it?
Right.
You know, you can be in this business without wrestling.
Yep.
And Xavier proved that for a good chunk of time. I mean, Xavier, when he actually got in the ring, and he can go. I like Xavier Woods wrestling. He used to have that finisher where he took like his extended leg right under the chin and pulled him into it while flopping on his back. It's hard to describe, but his original.
Oh yeah. That's Ruby Riot's finisher.
It is, but he did it way better because he did it with style and he bounced off the mat and got up
Yeah.
right after it. And it was just this amazing motion, single motion kind of thing. Xavier Woods can wrestle. Maybe now that's where he steps in and Big E becomes the mouthpiece. Give him a trombone. I really don't care. I want to see him on my TV, but
Yes.
I don't want to see him hurt.
Yeah,
He's a great personality.
I think him becoming a mouthpiece like Paul Heyman is perfect. But I don't think he should take any fucking bumps whatsoever. Like
I'd even go as far as putting Biggie on commentary.
honestly, that would be great. Yeah, yes.
He's not a young man. You know, he's young enough that he's going to recover from this in his life. But I don't
at the
think
same time Edge does. Like Edge took him what 11 years.
and against doctor's orders, I might add.
Yeah.
You know, it's only a matter of time before somebody gets really hurt again.
Yeah.
I would like to see Big E's got a lot to offer this industry if he chooses to stay in it.
Yeah. I think he needs to become a mouthpiece and like commentator. Great. But I can't see that brother take another bump. I can't.
I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't enjoy his matches. I'd be waiting for him to get hurt.
Yes.
And Daniel Bryan's the same thing right now. Bryan Danielson, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah,
I watch his matches and cry because I know he's trying to prove everybody wrong. But for once, I agree with WWE's doctors. I don't think the man should be doing the things he's doing to his body.
I see him take bumps where he it lands on his neck, and I'm just like, there's no way that he's getting up.
And Saraya came back and did this, and they were just dropping her when she fought Britt Baker. Britt Baker was bouncing her all over the ring. It was like Saraya was saying, "Hey, prove to the world that my neck is okay." And you don't need to do that to make an entertainment package. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. Next.
The final match, unless there's anything else that they announce within the next day or so.
Yeah, I think this is the final match. Cody and Roman Universal Championship.
You know what? After last night, like before last night, I was like, yeah, Cody gonna get it. But after last night, had me thinking, I think Roman's gonna win. And I think he's not dropping the title until SummerSlam. Because WrestleMania is next week. So that means his title reign would be 900 and some odd days. It's not 1,000 days.
945.
I think when he gets by SummerSlam, he'll be 1,000 days. He'll be like 1,000 days as champion. I think when SummerSlam comes, then he'll drop it. Because right now, he already beat Bruno Sammartino, right? He already beat Bruno Sammartino's record. But I think
so apparently not. Bruno Sammartino has a total of 2,800 days.
Yeah.
Roman would need another fucking year then.
Yeah. So
how many days has it been for Roman?
As of April 2nd, it will be 945
And
days.
you just said Bruno Sammartino had how many?
2,000.
2,803 days.
That's another 6 years.
Yeah, that ain't happening then.
Yeah, well, 5 years. Bruno
So
Sammartino
so
was the champion throughout the 70s.
Yeah.
That was it. He was the guy to beat.
so
Then
Ty-
Hulk Hogan did it for years too. So I don't see how Roman is the leader.
Mm.
so Hulk Hogan had held the title for 1,474 days.
Yeah.
Bob Backlund 2,135,
Bob
and
Backlund kept it
then
that
Bruno
long?
Sammartino
Damn.
2,803.
Back then, heavyweight champions were champions for years.
True. Yeah.
Belts were not handed, and there was no weekly show where titles were up on the line. That was always a special
House
thing.
shows. All house shows.
Yeah, and well, that's all there was. It was Saturday Night Wrestling at Madison Square Garden,
Mhm.
and you may or may not see a championship match, but the storyline all happened in that building. There was no television to kind of move shit along, no internet. So it was a different vibe. Bob Backlund was a viable champion because nobody had beaten him. There was no other things to analyze. I don't think they're doing that, though. I don't think they're writing for Roman Reigns to beat some nebulous number. I think they're writing out a story that makes sense. And there's fractures in the bloodline now. If they want to swerve us, they let him retain, and he loses at SummerSlam.
Mhm.
But either way, he's losing soon, and it's going to be on a big stage.
I think he loses the bloodline at Mania, but he'll definitely be by himself at SummerSlam. Therefore, what's a king without a castle and a king without a king without championship? He loses everything at SummerSlam. So yeah,
What's more dangerous than an animal backed into a corner?
right.
I kind of like that too, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I'll go with that. You know what? I've been contrarian all night. I'm going to say Roman Reigns retains, but not clean, or at least not perfectly. There will be no dominance on this night, and Cody will come out looking stronger as a result of it.
It's definitely going to be interference from Solo Sikoa. I think that's what it is. Because if you look at what they've been doing with Solo, because he's fighting Solo on Monday, Cody's going to win that match. And because Cody wins that match, Solo's going to come in and get himself involved in Roman's match at Mania, which helps Cody lose. And then we'll see like Cody versus Sikoa, maybe like one or two, the next Monday or whatever case may be, or not, or probably like on SmackDown. But along the way, we'll see. Hell, to be honest with you, we might even see Cody get Money in the Bank.
That's cheap.
It's cheap. Well, maybe
Nah.
I said maybe.
He
But
already
also
had
too-
the cheap Rumble win.
right.
I'm
but
not
also
doing that
also
too. No way.
Money in the Bank. If somebody wins that, Cody wins, and then somebody, if they give that shit to Austin Theory again, I'm gonna fucking lose my mind. Anyway, but I'm just saying. But we got Money in the Bank, and Money in the Bank's right before SummerSlam.
Yeah.
So
Money in the Bank is 4th of July weekend. SummerSlam is a month later.
August, right? So anything can happen between now and then. Cody probably will be in a match with Roman Reigns at SummerSlam, but that Money in the Bank contract, Cody can win. He'll be champion for probably like one day, and then on Raw.
Imagine if Roman wins Money in the Bank.
Why would he win? He's in the championship. He's in the championship match. Yeah, but nah.
Just imagine, like,
What if Jimmy wins? Like
imagine
Jay wins.
I think Jay is going to win the Raw after Mania. I'm going to go with that. Roman's going to win at Mania. I think Jay is winning the title at the Raw after Mania, because we haven't had a big Raw after Mania moment in a while.
So you think Cody's winning after at?
I don't think Cody's winning at Mania. I think Roman's winning at Mania. And I think the night after, I think Jay just goes ballistic, and I think Jay challenges Roman, and Jay wins the title.
Okay, I'll see. I don't know. I think Cody's not winning at Mania by interference of Solos.
What do you think?
Chris.
I'm torn. But neck tattoo. I'm torn, but I feel like we are probably not going to see the demise of Roman, and it's going to shock the hell out of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Roman. So I see Roman. I see Roman winning, and then he's just gonna go on a hiatus. This match is gonna be so dragged out to the point where he's gonna have no other choice. Like it's gonna definitely look like he had no other choice but to take a long break. And he's gonna take his break, and then we're not gonna see him, down the road. We'll see him, pop up for like special events, special shows.
We'll see him during the promotion of Money in the Bank, but he's not gonna have a match at Money in the Bank.
I don't see him having any type of match,
which is fine because the main event will be the Money in the Bank. Who gets the Money in the Bank? So after Money in the Bank, though, after Money in the Bank, we'll see him return the week after Money in the Bank and start promoting, right? And start promoting somebody whoever's fighting, probably him and Cody fight at SummerSlam. So him and Cody fights, start promoting SummerSlam and how that's going to happen. How that's going to happen. You lost this and that, blah blah blah. So we'll start seeing him after Money in the Bank promoting SummerSlam. Him and who he's going to fight, probably Cody. Promoting, get ready for SummerSlam. But we also going to have a wild card in that too, because we're going to see somebody whoever wins Money in the Bank start promoting themselves. Like, hey, you guys are going to have that match at SummerSlam, but remember, we're going to have remember, look, remember, they're going to have the briefcase. Remember this? Remember, cash in anytime. So we're going to start seeing that.
You know who's going to be that annoying?
You say Austin Theory, I swear I'm a driver. I'm a Uber over there right now. Like,
come on, tell me he's not going to be that annoying.
I'm gonna get my Uber and I'm gonna Uber right over to your place. And I'm gonna strangle you.
I'm telling you,
I'm gonna listen. I will
who is going to have that heat? The only other person that can have that heat and be that annoying is Seth Rollins.
Ooh,
Seth Rollins.
I'm with it though.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm thinking we're going to see a complete different trajectory of Austin Theory after Mania.
I wouldn't mind seeing Seth a triple threat. Seth, Cody, and Roman. Because if you think about it, it would get his little revenge.
He has unfinished business with both
Cody, right? He has unfinished business with both of them, right? And for Roman, it's a flashback to what he did to him. So he's like, you ain't gonna get this on me again.
Yeah.
And for Cody, it's like, well, like he needs redemption from Mania. Seth needs to get redemption for Cody. So if they book it right, Seth winning Money in the Bank one more time, and then you see him on SmackDown, like dancing with this.
All I'm saying is, like Brad has always said, he don't need it.
I think he would.
He
would
don't need it. It makes sense. The story would be nice to see that way. However, he don't need it. Who does need it would be upcoming people. LA Knight is one of them. I can see LA Knight winning Money in the Bank.
But it'd be a waste.
It wouldn't be a waste.
Why would that be a waste?
Because
they built a very nice character with.
I'm not saying they didn't build a nice character. The problem is it'd be a waste because of the fact that one, he lost to Ray this week. Well, who's he fighting at Mania? Who's he fighting?
Didn't lose to Ray. He beat Ray.
Yeah, with Dominic's help. Okay, whatever case may be.
He tripped him, and it was a roll-up pin. It was still clean.
Well, who's he fighting afterward?
I think he's directionless right now because he's a victim of a bad Bray Wyatt storyline.
Yes, he
Yeah.
is.
So that let them redefine him a little bit. I think they need to streamline the character a bit.
Mhm.
But that guy's a star.
They're
What if
having
Bray,
him.
what if
they're
Bray
having
wins
him
it?
randomly
What
pick
if
on
Bray
people.
wins Money in the Bank?
He
I don't
don't
think
need it.
I don't think he's coming back to the company, buddies.
I don't know.
I think he's done. I think Wyndham Rotunda has problems that Bray Wyatt can't fix. And I think that's the reality here. I think the guy has got some issues. And I would love to be wrong here. I would love nothing more than on WrestleMania Night 2
I
have
think you're
him
wrong
come out and
sometimes.
be okay.
I think you're wrong sometimes.
Really?
Yes, Brad.
Okay, I'm leaving. Goodbye.
All right. I don't know. Clint, what you think?
Roman's winning.
Mm.
Roman's winning. I'm sticking to my guns with this. and
Yeah.
I'm sticking to my guns with Jay winning the title. Yeah. I'm gonna stick to my guns with this.
I would say Jay win Money in the Bank and then get the title from that.
That could be a possibility. Again, it's something that we have to see going forward.
I-
But we're talking about this match in general.
Oh, Roman's winning. That's
You feeling
we
Roman?
all
Roman
decide-
is
yeah.
Roman around the table? I know Roman's got to be around the table because you're not voting Cody.
imagine Brad's like, you know what?
You know what?
I'm picking Bob Backlund.
Bob
it.
Backlund? All right, I
Bob
got you.
Backlund.
Oh,
I think he retains.
All right.
No, I'm gonna say Roman wins, but not clean. I think
Mhm.
Cody comes out looking stronger. I think Cody gets hungrier, but I also think we start seeing some Cody heel tendencies.
Mm.
Right now, the crowd is popping for him and they're buying his merchandise and all that shit. But I feel like they're in on the joke and they know that he's going to become an anti-hero. The same way AEW turned on him because he was so righteous and all about wrestling and all about his family. I think that's going to eventually sour with people too.
Okay.
So it might be his story. It's just not one I want to hear ever again.
Right.
It's making me not like Dusty Rhodes, and I love Dusty Rhodes.
I love him, but I don't need to hear it.
But I'm done with the story, and frankly, his brother's getting annoying too now.
Why? What is he?
Because his brother's on Twitter every 5 minutes. Way to go, little bro, and this and that. Why don't you focus on your own career? Your brother brought you over to this company and then abandoned you. I would love to see him go out strong.
Honestly, I'm gonna say this, Brad. I agree with you because I really don't need to see him and Keith Lee tagging together.
No,
I don't need to see Keith Lee tagging at all.
Thank you. Keith Lee should be dominating.
Can we just agree that that promo that Roman cut the other day was fucking perfect?
Yeah, it was.
It was okay. It was so scripted that his like off the cuff facial expressions almost seem rehearsed.
I mean, yeah, you know, to a degree, but the way that it was written was fucking awesome.
It was good.
That was Road Dogg riding. No doubt.
He said you went and built your own company and then couldn't get over there, so you came back over here.
And do you know why I know that? Because Road Dogg and Billy Gunn did the same promo in Impact in the middle of the ring.
Yeah, they did.
Oof.
So Road Dogg wrote that promo, and it was a damn good promo.
Road
Make
Dogg
no
was
mistake,
fired.
it was a promo.
I thought Road Dogg was fired.
Road Dogg is working again.
13
I'm almost
matches.
positive of it.
Because I thought he was. Because I didn't know. I guess when Triple H took over, Road Dogg.
Triple H hired all his buddies back.
Okay.
Oh, we have Lashley versus
Don't care.
TBA opponent.
Don't care.
That's also another match.
Just don't
Okay.
Brian
care.
Cage.
So
And I'm
whoever
going to take
is
Brian Cage.
the TBA.
Brian Cage.
Don't even care.
Mid-card irrelevance awaits him.
I mean, it's a non-factor match. I was just going over the matches and kind of there's 13 matches in total.
He's got fucked. Like let's be honest. He's got fucked because Bray is going through his thing. He's fucked. And well, honestly, I honestly think they should have just made fucking. I don't know. It's just weird. Bobby got fucked. Period. And not for nothing. Like if they really wanted to make Bobby have a match, they should have put him with Omos. But the problem is with Omos, now that Bobby's talking to MVP, so it's like so that wouldn't have made it anything. So now it's like
We already saw Omos versus Bobby Lashley too.
no,
So
I mean,
nobody wants to see that again.
I think it would have been a nicer triple threat: Bobby, Omos, and Brock.
Nah, that'd be the sloppiest match in the history of
Yeah,
sloppy matches.
that would be a
don't
great
care.
bathroom break.
I don't care.
What about Strowman? Again, why did we bring back Braun Strowman? What is he doing?
He hasn't won against Bobby yet, neither.
Well, but maybe this is the David and Goliath story that we've been waiting for. I don't know. I don't like him with Ricochet because there's no long-term play for it. Doesn't make sense. Why did you bring back Braun Strowman if you weren't going to use him?
Because he tried chasing the title from Gunther, but that didn't happen because Gunther
Didn't make sense. None of this makes sense.
Just saying.
Control your narrative, man. Control your narrative.
Oh God! Oh God! And what's funny is that only one that still is EC3. Everybody else is out.
Yeah.
It's funny how everybody just booked it. And it was like, yeah, well, that money's over there. All right. So since we're done with Mania predictions, I'm just gonna let's make it real quick. AEW up and down. Last couple of weeks have been great. The last pay-per-view was great. I enjoyed it, but some of the shows, I'll tell you right now, if MJF's not doing a promo every fucking week, it ain't shit. Besides John Moxley and
disagree.
I couldn't disagree with you more.
What else? The Kenny Omega, the Trips match was good with Kenny, Young Bucks, and was that the pay-per-view?
Yeah.
That was a good match. Actually on Wednesday was fucking great. Kenny versus what's his fucking name?
Elijo del Vikingo.
I was at awe of that match.
Which is now a 5-star match.
Yep.
And
that was an amazing match. That was the only match that I caught. Died.
Did you actually watch his head clear that?
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah. Inches away from a life-ending career. Career-ending, you know what I mean. Damn beer. The wrestling in AEW has been better than ever. But the storytelling in real life seems to be outshining the storytelling on the show. Everybody worried about who's fighting who backstage, who has the real control, what Tony Khan is going to say next. Okay, why does John Moxley keep blading even at house shows? Why everybody's got an opinion on what's going on, and that is outshining any story development going on in the ring. I think Tony Khan knows how to book, but his long-term booking doesn't have enough payoffs intermediate to make it seem like things are happening.
Guys, can we take a moment and just appreciate Chris's bed sheets? They're very pretty.
I actually wanted to know what's on the wall. I feel like I'm smoking peyote with Pink Floyd right now.
Yeah, that is a painting that my friend, one of my friends did. He does a bunch of paintings for himself, and there was a day that he was moving, and he was like, "Hey, I know you love my paintings. I'm willing to give one to you because you're my friend, and I'm moving. I'm not gonna have the space for it because it's pretty fucking huge."
It's an elephant, right? Those are two elephants?
It's 3 elephants. So it's 2 elephants and a baby elephant, and then like an Amazon chick.
Dude, it's insanely good. It's just hard to see from this
perspective. I'll show it to you after because it's a little graphic. So I'll show it after the show is over.
Okay. So how you feel about AEW right now?
AEW, I am I'm indifferent on it. It's been kind of boring for me. I did like the promo that Darby Allin cut on MJF during his bar mitzvah. That was pretty cool.
Bar mitzvah. Yeah. Actually, all Darby, Jungle Boy, and Sammy did great promos.
I'm tired of Jungle Boy. Just give me matches. Stop putting him in front of a microphone. Stop having him fight Christian. Christian should not be wrestling anymore.
I disagree with that too. You know what? I gotta ask: are you into wrestling or sports entertainment?
Both.
Ooh.
I'm a fan of both. I like a really good wrestling match, you know what I'm saying? But I also like storytelling. If you don't have a good story, why am I gonna follow the match at all?
In my opinion, well done pro wrestling tells a story, and
I
I don't
agree.
need a backstage vignette
Exactly.
to
Like
get me there.
I don't know nothing about Vikingo, but that match wants I want to go now and watch all of his wrestling matches.
You can tell there was animosity between them, but nobody knew why. It piqued my interest. I wanted to know more. And if a
Mm.
good story leaves you wanting more, then it's done its job.
And I think that's what they did this week, especially now what happened with Callis, Page, and Omega.
Mm-hmm.
Great storytelling. Now you have Callis in the middle of these two.
I don't mind backstage sections as long as they enhance the in-ring product, not replace it. And I feel like in-ring promos and backstage promos are all WWE has to keep things going. The in-ring stuff with the Bloodline, let's be real, they've had some great matches. But do I really, with the exception of Sami Zayn getting turned on and everything like that, have we really seen a whole lot of storytelling in-ring, or are we seeing most of it happen in the dialogue? That's what I want to. I would rather be able to watch a match and be like, oh, that's happening based solely on the way they interact in the ring. So I'm more of a pro wrestling fan than I am a sports entertainment fan.
I think the heat is because we're going back to after the whole trios thing. I think we're gonna get the collector again in some sort.
The collector.
Yep.
And collecting
Yeah,
belts, baby.
Kenny Omega is known as the collector.
Mm.
The cleaner, the collector. He has a bunch of names. So I think we're gonna get the collector again, and Vikingo is the AAA mega champion,
Oh, right.
and he had that title as well when he was collecting all those belts. Actually, on Ring of Honor, that they're doing the Ring of Honor show on Friday.
Yep, with Cesaro and Eddie Kingston.
The Super Card of Honor.
Oh, Claudio.
Yeah. Vikingo versus Commander is going to be for the AAA mega championship. So that's gonna be a big thing, you know what I mean? Eddie Kingston is going against Cesaro for that title.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a great match. Eddie Kingston's a great worker. Love that match.
I think, and do you think Eddie Kingston is gonna win
No,
that title?
but he's going to entertain the crap out of you in ring.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna win, but he's gonna definitely.
No, Claudio needs to hold that for a while to give some validity to the title and not make it seem throwaway. And then that's important for Ring of Honor right now if they're going to be a viable brand. Right now, it's NXT for AEW, but I don't think it has to be. I think they could do something different in ring than they do on AEW each week to make it worthwhile. I don't know what that is yet, but give it 6 months and there might be an answer.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna ask this question, and apparently there was a botched return of CM Punk. Apparently,
that's what I'm hearing.
A what?
A botched return of CM Punk. Apparently,
they were going to write him in. They've been referencing him on television several times.
Yeah.
There was a scene they did on this week's Dynamite where they were right next to a production truck with the ambulance, and they took cardboard and covered CM Punk's picture on the wall of the truck where his image still is. And Tony Khan, being Tony Khan, knows that the internet likes to spot these things and then analyze and overanalyze. And Tony Khan was trying to troll the internet by doing that. But in the meantime, CM Punk went into business for himself again and decided to get shit done on Instagram, where he was basically reburying the people that he was going to have to work with, namely Moxley and Jericho. And he buried them hard. He called Jericho a stooge. He called Moxley a liar. And yeah.
Well, what did Moxley say, though? I don't know if Moxley said anything.
Moxley claimed that CM Punk, they're differing on who was supposed to do the job on that particular match. And apparently Punk didn't want to lose to Moxley. Moxley didn't want to lose to Punk. Punk tried to make himself seem like a hero, saying, I would have done the job because Tony Khan said so. And basically putting it all on Moxley and being a prima donna. So that was strike one. Two, he's called Jericho a stooge who basically kisses Tony Khan's ass and does whatever the hell Tony Khan wants. And I don't
He's not
buy that
wrong,
either.
though.
I don't buy that either.
He's
So
not-
I think Punk got nervous and he got scared and he resorted to what he does best, which is to light fires and leave the scene of the crime.
So now we're just waiting on all that to just calm down again so they can figure that life out. But I think Punk is done.
I'm over it. I don't want to see him in the ring ever again.
I like AEW better with CM Punk because of the drama he created in ring. But when I found out that they were all doing unscripted promos and fighting backstage, it loses its luster for me because after a while, somebody is a cancer. You complain about one person holding you down, then one person may have held you down. If you complain about 5 people holding you down, maybe you're the problem.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
It is what it is.
and Big Al is online shopping.
And he doesn't.
No.
He doesn't.
I'm. You know what it is?
He doesn't take ownership. He does not take ownership of everything. He always blames anybody else.
I'm
He
just
doesn't
over the
take
whole CM
blame.
Punk thing. I really
I'm
am.
over it
That's
too.
why I'm just like.
He was great on the mic. He put over Darby Allin. He put over Hangman initially. Now they got real beef for some reason, but he put over Hangman.
Hangman went into business for himself as well.
Did he? Or
Yeah.
did he actually defend the rest of the locker room? I think Punk's a cancer, and unfortunately, I think he has to go.
I don't know.
Agree.
I don't know.
There's certain people that even if they work very well as a performer, just their attitude as a person is just not it. You know what I'm saying? CM Punk is known for being a dickhead, even outside of wrestling.
He's worse than a dickhead. He's a perpetual victim.
Yeah.
I understand MJF when MJF is in character 24/7. So I get that. I get that if I walk up to MJF and I ask him for an autograph, he's gonna look at me 6 ways from Sunday and fucking want to slap me. You know what I'm saying? But Punk does the same exact shit, and that is not in his character. That's just him as a person saying, I'm not working, don't fucking bother me.
He's a victim. When he ran out of people to blame, he went away.
Yep.
When people chanted his name, he said, hey, don't look at me. Look at the people that pushed me here. 3, 4, 5 years after disappearing off of television. Oh, don't blame me. Blame the guys that made me quit. He's perpetually a victim. It's exhausting for a guy who's.
But hold up. He did get injured at Royal Rumble. Like
fucking what?
Yeah, but he also, they also weren't pushing him. Like there was a lot of shit that was going on.
Not everybody deserves a push.
Right. Not everybody deserves a push, but his trajectory was fucking here. But at that time, it was kind of Mercury because it was like they were pushing Roman very early at that time, too.
Let me tell you something I learned in my own professional career. If I make the company money, they'll push me in the form of promotions and bonuses and this and that. But if I become a real pain in the ass to work with, they'll still find a way to cut ties.
Yeah.
Okay. The goods don't outweigh the bads with CM Punk. I like watching him on my television. I think he's dynamite on a microphone. I love watching him work the microphone, especially when he works without a script. Problem is that the instant young guys in the company said, wait a minute, this isn't your company. We were here first. We also deserve some mic time, some this, some that. Then all of a sudden he's a victim again, and here we go. Sorry, that wasn't meant to be a mic drop. I thought we were just going to keep talking.
I don't know. Again, I don't know. I kind of want the drama to end and just. I'm kind of in Darby Allin's kind of corner like with this shit.
But now Kenny's probably leaving too. And if Kenny leaves, the Bucks are going to leave, and then eventually the entire group of people.
Why would Kenny leave though? That's the question.
Because he hasn't had a WrestleMania moment, and there's a guy who can get one.
Yeah,
he'll be mid.
That's what everyone wants.
He'll be a high.
Like it or not, that's what everyone wants.
Not
So
WrestleMania
you're trying to
moment.
say like WrestleMania is kind of like the NBA, motherfuckers trying to join the super teams, just trying to get a ring.
Until AEW does 2 nights at 60,000 a pop per night. Yeah,
I think
they want that.
And I guess the box office, when you go to the ticket sales and everything else, the payoff of that is like.
Listen, if you can go and get ringside seats for $5, I mean, why not, right?
Wait, what?
Isn't
What?
I'm saying their ticket prices are still kind of low. You
Look
know what I'm
at
saying? I
AEW?
always get tickets for like $40 at when I go to AEW.
The idea that we're comparing apples to apples here is ridiculous.
Yes.
AEW, despite what they've talked about a Wednesday Night War or whatever they want to talk about rating, there's no competition here.
There's none.
It's not, and the less we talk about that, the better. They created an alternative. That was the original narrative, and it was a good one. They created something different to watch during the week for fans of professional wrestling.
Yeah.
They originally had a ranking system, which I really dug because it actually made sense. They had a lot of things going on that made sense. And then all of a sudden they said, wait a minute, we need drama. We need this. We need that. We need big premieres every week and big debuts and names you weren't expecting. Blah, 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 blah.
UFC
blah, blah.
wrestlers, fighters.
Cream rises. Put out a better product. People will watch it. And then ultimately you might have your WrestleMania someday. The worry for me is that Kenny Omega's heart will be in AEW because he has never been the guy that chases that glory. But I think ultimately it's in every one of these guys to have that moment, and he would have to sign the WWE to get it.
And he's good friends with Xavier Woods.
He's good friends with a lot of people.
And like he's friends with a lot of people.
Tony Khan's going to overpay to keep him, and the same with the Bucks,
of course.
And I'm happy about that.
And on top of that, Kenny lives in Florida too, so it's not too far. Like,
and he's on the road 5 days a week. That's irrelevant.
Yeah.
I just think, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to be dismissive. I get very worked up because I think the core of what started this company was so exciting.
Yeah.
The Bucks.
And we understand that. The main thing is just the popularity. So when it comes down to it, yeah, you can start your own company. Yeah, you could be part of something new, but the end goal for every professional wrestler is to be a part of WWE, to be a part of WrestleMania, to have their WrestleMania moment, whether they are WWE champion or not. They want one of those moments.
Yep.
To be signed to WWE was always the pinnacle of anything when it came to wrestling.
If All In, let's just say for a minute that Tony Khan said, I'm going to eat some money. And Lord knows he has enough money to do it. I'm going to eat some money and I'm going to sell $10 tickets. All seats, $10.
$10?
All In is going to be at Giants Stadium. And he's going to do a $10 wrestling show. All wrestling fans in the tri-state area and anywhere else come converge on the Meadowlands on this date. This is our WrestleMania. They'd sell that building out.
Oh, yeah.
And I think then AEW people would say, that's our WrestleMania moment. And they can create an experience like that. That would probably even the playing field. But they would have to eat so much goddamn money to do it.
Yeah.
Isn't I have a question. Isn't Jay White is about to come to WWE?
Yes, he is. Yeah.
I don't think he's going to WWE. I think he's going to AEW. I think he's bringing the Bullet Club there.
Oh.
I think WWE. I'm sorry, I muted myself. In WWE, he would absolutely get buried. Nobody knows who he is there.
Yeah. Unless you watch New Japan.
Mm-hmm.
There's only I think there's only one return for the Raw after Mania so far.
We ain't even talking about anybody coming up.
It's Zach.
I do have a theory that Christian is going to come back to WWE and help Edge. There's no non-compete, and I'm pretty sure that last match he had with the Jungle Boy
was his last match.
There.
Yeah, he was literally buried. So yeah.
I'm thinking that he shows up to help Edge, and they go out one more time.
And that'll be their
Damien's not in a match on Mania, right? He's not in no match. Who's going to be at Finn's side? Damien,
but it's Hell in a Cell. Where is he going to go?
We've seen people come into the Hell before.
Yeah.
Like you acting like that's a problem.
No, but my thing is that they've made that fucking cell so big that there used to be space on the outside of the ring. There's no longer space on the outside of the ring.
I think he's in the ring, underneath the ring.
Yeah, beneath the ring. Yeah. And that's the thing too. Like, you know why they made it so big? Because a lot of times when they were trying to do shit, they would literally get their ankles and knees hurt because there was no space.
I'm trying to see someone fall off that cell.
Ain't happening ever again.
Who's gonna do that spot? It's probably gonna happen.
It ain't gonna happen ever again. The last person to fall off that shit was Shane, and that was it.
What What
It's
if
almost
Finn
100%.
does
Huh?
the coup de grace off the top of the cell?
Oh, he's
Nope.
breaking his legs.
Breaking his legs. He could climb up halfway up it, like on the side, and jump off that way.
Well, they've done that before where they were midway up the cage.
Yeah.
Since they made the cage
And-
bigger, midway up the cage, they had like a little platform where you could put your heels on it.
Yeah, the last person to do that was Shane to fall off. Actually, he was the last one to jump off the top.
Yeah, he was off the top.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he jumped onto it. Hitting, was it Braun or Kevin?
It was Kevin.
It was
both
no
of
one
them,
because he
really.
went right through the table.
Yeah.
It was Kevin because Sammy took Kevin off the
Oh, that's right. Braun threw him off the mid cage, like on the side. He threw him off. Braun threw him.
yeah, I keep forgetting.
Braun threw him off, not the top, but the side.
That was at
They were trying to come up the side. Braun climbed up and just threw him off.
That was at 37. Wow, I forgot about that match.
You were there.
Yeah, I was there. I forgot about that match.
Speaking of somebody going there, when do you leave? Because you're going to Mania.
I'm not going to Mania.
Oh, I thought you were.
I'm not going to Mania.
Okay.
I'm not going to the next wrestling show that I'm most likely going to is SummerSlam,
Where's that?
Detroit.
I pass.
I'm not going to Double or Nothing because I will be out of the country at that time.
Buy a bottle of water.
What do you mean?
Buy a bottle of water.
I'm only going to Canada. I'm not going anywhere else.
No, you're saying you're going to SummerSlam. I'm saying buy bottled water.
Oh God.
Buy bottled water. Bring it from Jersey. Bring it from New York.
Damn. Double homicide.
I'm just saying, bring bottled water or like bring
How far is Flint from Detroit?
far, not that far.
It's only Flint that's having the issue.
I don't give a fuck.
Anyway,
Bring bottled water. Fuck all that shit.
anywho,
Anyway, let's all right. Since we talked about everything, let's get out of here. It's 2 hours and 21 minutes. So
there was a lot to go over, and I want to try to get these going on a regular basis. So hopefully we can do that.
yeah.
Actually, I'd love to report back from AEW Rampage Battle of the Belts.
Okay.
I'd love to give you an update on my first live wrestling event in 7 years.
Oh wow.
That's on Wednesday, right?
And my first non-WWE live event in 20 years.
Okay.
I was about 25 actually, because I was around. I saw a good WCW show back in the day, but been a minute.
Okay. I'll talk to you about that.
We can do that. When is Battle of the Belts again?
April 7th in Rhode Island.
April 7th. So I'm fine with that.
I'm good the next day.
Saturday.
April 7th.
I can do that Saturday, the 8th.
Yeah, we can do Saturday the 8th. Yeah, yeah.
And we can discuss
I'll be honest with you, it might be fun to get somebody reporting on an AEW live event because we only have what they show on TV. But I can tell you about all the empty seats away from the camera.
Yeah, do it.
Because I know that they're doing a lot of that. The same tricks WCW used to pull with the lighting and everything else.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't mind seeing how they move the show along when the cameras aren't rolling. But anyway, enough of that.
How they move the show when the cameras aren't rolling?
I feel like they're doing things, they're refilming stuff. I feel like a lot of that shit's happening at AEW.
They don't do much. We might get a random promo during the commercial break or something, but nothing much really.
All right, well, let me try to create drama though, because we want people to tune in. Stay with me, would you?
All right.
Read the room, Chris.
Well, I'm reading the room because I'm hungry. I need to go. So,
Good man.
All right. So, thank you for everybody tuning in. Thank you for coming. Who showed up? And Chris, just take us out because I'm just.
We don't even need other shit. Just take us out.
Take us out.
You better do it because I'm working right now.
Oh, no, you do it, motherfucker.
All right, let's just say goodbye.
You are literally just talking and just like, oh, Chris, take it. All right, guys. This has been Bros of Ringside. You know, we come here ever so often, but we want to come here a little bit more on the regular. So we'll give you guys more predictions, results, and news as we see fit from our opinions.
And if you want to see Chris's hair again, go to Street Fighter 2.
All right.
He's gonna stab me tonight while I sleep.
What do I have?
Later,
Guile's
fellas.
hair?
Yeah, you have Guile hair.
I have Guile hair.
Jean-Claude Van Gaal.
Kick your ass like this.
Oh, what is going on here? Nothing is working for me here, so you're gonna have to do it on your end.
Okay. If you like what we have, please oh shit, I can't do this. Well, if you want to contact us, please tune in to our Instagram, which is here. And you can also follow us on our Twitter. And so that shit won't pop up. And you can follow us on our Twitch, which we are streaming on right now. Please follow us on our Twitch. And you know, you can also follow me on my Twitch, which is here, Roundhouse. And please don't forget to follow Brad here on his podcast, Needless to Say podcast. I thought I have one. I don't have one here. I missed shit. Oh, don't forget to follow Chris and Crimson and Echo on Saturday.
Not necessary for the show, but
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, okay. And he ain't here, but he was supposed to show up, but I think he fell asleep. Don't forget to follow Chris at Heels for Life Wrestling Podcast. And yeah, and what's the other podcast you part of, Big Chris?
What?
You're part of another podcast, right?
No.
Okay, screw you. Anyway, Clinton, where can I find you?
You can find me with LPWC at LPWC Plus, or you can find me on my Instagram, which is CMJ329.
Okay. And Brad, they also find you at Needless to Say Podcast.
That's the only place I want people to find me. Leave it at that.
Okay. And just like every time we stream, just let everybody know that he ain't.
Damn. Damn.
Just like,
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure he still has his own car, which puts him one step above Cedric. That's right. I got it out there.
technically he has two because his fiance got another
That's
car.
right.
Hey, but anyway, he's still a bitch. And
That's pretty much it.
Don't even just make us famous. And all right, y'all. See y'all. Thank you for tuning in.
Take care, everyone. Thanks for hanging.
Bye. Bye. Bye.